I'm wearing headphones just for you, Bobby.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's fucking new?
What do you mean?
What?
So can I just pick a bone? May I pick a bone? So the other day I was at the Comedy Store.
By the way, I know you have 500 podcasts, but podcasts can start with some kind of formal intro. Like, it's Bobby Lee's here, you guys. You know him from Harold and Kumar.
But you know how sometimes movies, they do the opening credits like maybe 20 minutes in? Like A24 will do that or whatever. Let's be that.
Okay.
Let's not
20
be a studio,
minutes in.
Let's not be a studio film. Let's be artsy about it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah, this is definitely art.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, start. Well, you know what?
No, please.
All right. So, I was at the store. I was talking to my friend, GF Harris.
The Comedy Store? What store?
The Comedy Store. GF Harris. I'm in the park, and we're I'm talking with a young comic from New York, and you walk by, and I'm like, I want to impress, this young comic from New York that I know, Whitney Cummings.
Sure.
So I turn around and I go, "What's up?" And you just keep fucking walking.
Sure.
To the back.
Sure.
Or where that wall is, right? You don't say hello, nothing.
Right.
So now I'm blushing, right? So when Asians blush, we turn purple. We don't go pink. And so I'm blushing, and then finally you kind of go, "Let's out." You're like, you know what I mean? You can't come up, and then you.
By the way, didn't this girl also have a wine stain on her face?
That's right. So that's what.
You
that's the bone I want.
That's the bone. You turned purple.
But that's the bone I want to pick with you. Is I was watching you meet her, and you stared too much at her mole or birthmark.
Okay.
You lock eye when you meet someone like that. You have to lock eyes.
You are literally coming on this podcast telling me I looked at someone's wine stain too long.
That's the only reason why I'm on here. I think it's rude.
So it wasn't that I ignored you.
Yeah. When you see a guy with no hand, you shake the other hand.
Maybe if you had a wine stain on your face, I would actually pay attention to you. Maybe you should get one.
Yeah. Is it like a mark?
Here's what I'll say. I mean, I'm sure we have to cut this out. But,
why?
Or not. I think for me...
She's hilarious.
She's hilarious, and I'm sure she acknowledges it in her set.
Yeah.
As someone whose face is ever evolving, and who every time I go to the Comedy Store, people look at my face like, what's happening here now? I'm fine with staring at people's faces. Mine gets stared at a lot. It gets Googled a lot.
Yeah.
But there is this thing now where women like contour their makeup very hard. And so I think it was like at night and I was just trying to understand what I was looking at. But the fact that you clocked me clocking it says so much more. I was just trying to orient myself.
Wait, says so much about me?
Well, okay, this is what happened. You were staring at her wine stain too long and you felt shame for it. I walked up, I didn't know this person. I met her for the first time and I was like, wine stain, got it. Harvey Weinstein, should we call him that from now on? And then you were watching me hoping I would fuck up.
And you did.
She probably looked at my face way longer than I looked at hers, trying to figure out what she was dealing with.
Okay. Well, that being said, I apologize. I apologize.
But do you see the way you told that story? It was going in the direction of Whitney was going to ignore me and was being shitty and rude. And I was trying to impress this comic.
Yeah, okay.
And now we ended up just hurting her feelings by doing this podcast about it.
No, first of all, I don't think we're hurting her feelings because she is funny.
Yeah.
She has a skill set.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful as well. Beautiful face, beautiful everything. And I don't know.
Why are you doing this?
Anyway,
By the way, can we talk about the wine stain of a tattoo that's still on your arm that hasn't been finished yet?
Okay, that's rude.
I've stared at a really long time because I think it's ugly.
All right, but this right here is a reminder.
It looks like the NBC logo.
Well, I was getting this done when I was on an NBC show, and then they canceled it, so I didn't finish it.
Is that really
No,
the truth? If you were going to be on an NBC show, you should have known it was going to get canceled soon thereafter.
I have another one on my back that says CB, and that's it. So, I've been seeing a psychiatrist for the first time.
By the way, can I just tell you?
Am I going too hard?
Someone that is a professional comedian podcaster that just shows up like the way you do is such a dream.
Why?
Because I don't have to do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, in a good way. Like, do you see how he just comes? He's like got story. He's like it's just a dream.
I've had guests on mine, a couple. Don't want to name names, but good comics, great comics.
Sure.
And you go, what's going on? Good, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And that's the worst guest you can have.
It's
like pulling teeth.
And then when someone comes on and doesn't say a lot or doesn't have like a game plan or whatever, and then you end up having to pick up the slack, and everyone's like, why do you talk so much? Why didn't you let the guest speak?
Yeah.
So the psychiatrist you're going to, is this a new one? Because the old one should be
No, I have
released.
a therapist. No, I have a
Okay.
great therapist.
Okay.
She's great, but I've never seen a psychiatrist
How
before.
long have you been with a therapist?
For years.
Okay.
She's the best. And why? Because of the relapse?
I'm joking. It's like, you know when people that have made no progress keep telling you about their therapist and you're like, I feel like...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like other people should be able to weigh in on if your therapist is good or not. Just you, just you.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that go, yeah, I'm working on myself, but they don't really. And I hate that.
Because a lot of people like the therapist because their therapist allows them to just come in and complain and re-embed their own trauma, and that's why they like them. Because they don't call the therapists that don't call them out on their shit.
No, I prefer, I always have AA sponsors and therapists that are harsh on me because I can't, like, for instance, the last rehab I went to, which is a couple of weeks ago, every time I would exaggerate and I would tell a joke, they would go, stop, we're not doing that, right?
That's huge.
And they know that that's my way of deflecting, that's my MO.
Minimizing, self-deprecating.
Yeah, and if I say, I'm a fat, ugly guy, they're like, no, you're actually, an attractive person. You know what I mean? Like, so...
And then I go, gotcha, sexual harassment, call HR. Fuck that, we're suing this whole fucking rehab.
Yeah. So, I usually have harsh people because I don't listen to anyone else. Really.
That's what I need. And our relationship, I feel like, is very poignant, oddly, and deep because we're able to give each other really harsh feedback, and we don't... it doesn't push us away from each other. It makes...
Well, that's what I love about you.
And hate.
No, I strictly only love because the thing is you're the only one that and you and Marin will do the same thing. Like, stop that. Like if I'm doing something where it's like I'm either deflecting or I'm the thing that I do when I have a good set and then you go good set and I go that wasn't a good set. Mm-hmm. You and Mark.
So you're calling me a liar?
No, you and Mark are. You and Mark are always like, stop that.
But you know that we're not doing it from a place of dismissing. We're doing it from a place of like, oh, you can break that pattern or that habit. So basically, you and I feel like we went from like friends to like siblings when I was first able to go like, stop doing that thing. Before you would go on stage.
But I really appreciate it. Yeah. That's all I want to say.
It's just like when someone calls us out on our shit, the emotional version of you have food in your teeth.
Yeah.
Of the like, I know you, I love you, I do the same thing you're doing, but you don't need to emotionally cut yourself around me.
Yeah.
When someone's able to do that in a way that isn't like trying to embarrass you in front of people or doesn't do it publicly, it's more of just like a one-on-one thing.
Yeah. But it's also when you and I know when you rise in the business and stuff, people treat you a little differently at clubs and stuff. And then all of a sudden, the new friends that you get, it's based on a different, what they perceive who you are or whatever. And it's like not really that real.
Right.
But every once in a while, you'll meet somebody like yourself. And I mean, I would have to say that you're bigger than I am. If you look
You calling me fat?
You're disgusting. But anyway, my point is that thank you. But I'm seeing the psychiatrist, and I think you have many psychiatrists, because when you go to these treatment centers, they have psychiatrists too. I just got a second opinion, and she was just basically, you have ADHD, obsessive compulsive. Do you have the touchy thing or no? Where you have to touch things 3 times?
So this is. I'm so glad you're here. What are you doing?
I'm listening.
Oh, but why are you leaning that way? We framed your camera perfectly, and you've so far sat on the back, and you've leaned out.
I'm sorry.
There's no way you can get my light. We have rigged this in a way. You've worked with a lot of malignant narcissists. As soon as I started doing my coverage, you like leaned away.
Yeah.
No, but to just give everybody context, like, I know you talk about this like publicly, like you've been going through a lot. We both have been going through a lot.
Can I just say one last thing real quick?
Imagine
Who the
me
fuck
stopping
has
you.
TV cameras in the fucking... This is like high tech.
That's for teleprompters.
Go ahead.
So what, you guys read your ads off what, a sticky note?
iPhone.
Yeah, insane. Insane.
Go ahead.
But by the way, the quality of the fact that Blue Chew or Manscaped or any of these people pay you guys barely reading an ad off your phone it is shocking to me. Yeah. As a minority, I expect more from you. You have single-handedly destroyed the model minority stereotype.
Can I ask you a random question about your vagina?
Yeah, please.
Because I don't ever want to see it.
I
don't, not that it's grisly or a monstrosity, but I'm just saying that I'm sure it's normal and very Christian looking.
And slightly cumbersome. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because I view you only as a friend.
Sure.
There's no sexual nothing.
This is the meanest thing you've ever said.
No, I'm being
Why
real.
are you trying to hurt me? Okay.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Okay.
I'm sure it's
Is any vagina beautiful? Or is any set
some
of
of them have
balls
jazz
beautiful?
hands. I don't like the jazz hands. You know what I mean? When they go, hey, I'm here. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I like it when it's tucked. You know what I mean? And that's just my own preference.
Tucked?
Not tucked, but like
Like
a
a
little
tucked
flower
penis.
is fine. A little flower is fine.
Okay. What kind of
Right.
flower? Are we talking a peony? Are we talking an impatient? Are we talking an
Well,
orchid?
because of the Ukraine thing, sunflower.
The sunflower.
It is a
Mine's
nice
more of
one.
like a honeysuckle or like a morning glory.
Yeah, yours is more like those traps. What do you call the
Venus flytrap.
trap?
I was going to say a guacamole trap for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Because they're like those big green things. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
is it sexual harassment or is it weird if I ask like a friend who's just a girl
Yeah.
who's because I've seen all my guy friends' penis as a comic. You know what I mean?
Where?
Wouldn't be everywhere.
Yeah,
We're talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
where?
yeah.
Oh, the Pittsburgh Improv. I mean, everywhere. You know what I mean? Everywhere on a roller coaster. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
improv. Yes, and.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
but it's like I have female
On a
friends.
roller coaster.
That I don't have any sexual desires or anything.
Uh-huh.
As just as a friend, I would just love to see their genitals. That's all.
Sure.
But is it because of the climate and stuff? You can't ask. I've never asked, and it's weird, right?
Because of it's the climate, it's hot and stuffy down there. It's too
It's
hot
almost
for me
so.
to show you
For
my pussy.
California right
The
now, it's
climate
weird.
right now is just it's
Global
too
warming.
hot outside.
Yeah.
I feel like I've shown you. You've seen my boobs. I feel like.
Yeah. I've seen, yeah. They're pretty good.
Not the new ones.
You have new ones? No. I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen.
Dicks are easier to whip out and put back in.
that's what it
Vaginas,
is.
like
Yeah.
by the time you show it to someone as a joke,
Yeah.
you've like caught a disease.
Right.
It's an open wound. Like you can't. They're dick. Like that's my whole thing. When I was like, he just like pulled his dick out. It's like it's a very easy thing to do to pull your dick out.
Yeah, but
you know?
I'm not asking to see the lips or the
Sure,
hole.
sure.
Where I'm just asking to see just the entry part. You know how you see like a beautiful house.
When
And you'd love to see what's inside, but it's like something you just drive by and go,
you
"That's
want
a
to do like a
beautiful house."
drive-by and just see the shutters.
Yeah, that's right.
You just want to. Okay, but
I
what
want
do
to see
you?
what style it is. What kind of house is this? Modern?
There is a
it,
limit
you
to
know?
how close you can be to a platonic friend of the opposite sex if you haven't seen their genitals.
Yeah.
It is wild because it's like if I don't know what you're working with, it is hard to advise you on many things. So
Yeah.
like for example, I remember a girlfriend of mine who I'm just gonna say her name. Fuck it, Stephanie Simbari. We're girlfriend. She opened for me on the road for
Love her.
a while. It's a good friend, and we're like touring together. And she's like having all these like guy problems and this and this. And then one time we were in Soul Cycle, and I saw her completely naked, and I was like, "Wait, had I known this was your body, I would have given you different advice this whole time."
What do you mean?
I
What
was
do you mean?
like, do not text him back. You are totally. I just hadn't seen her like fully
Right.
naked, and it's like she just has the most incredible body, like most incredible like tits, like like she had this like pubes everywhere. I was like, bitch, you like.
She had pubes everywhere?
You should. I was like, I just mean like when I saw her naked, I was like, you don't need to play any games with any guy. They should be. I just hadn't seen what she was working with.
Right.
And I know that sounds insane.
That sounds insane.
Well, it's like Emily. The first time I saw Emily,
Yeah.
I've known her for 8 years, and then all of a sudden we discovered that she's got giant, like, big pendulous naturals.
We discovered.
We all discovered.
We discovered at the same time.
We all discovered that Emily
She's
has
known.
tits, and I'm like, I would have dealt with you completely differently these past 8 years,
Yeah,
knowing
yeah,
that
yeah.
you had these like honkers. I was like, you're a bully now. Like I used to feel like you were allowed to have low self-esteem, but now that I've seen your tits, like how dare you? You
Yeah.
know, like so it's like it's stuff like that. It's like when you find out one of your guy friends has like a giant dick, you're like. I like it just changes.
How dare you.
It changes the way
Well-
you advise them, you view them,
I was
etc.
okay with Pauly Shore until I saw his penis.
Does he have a giant dick?
It's not just giant. It does this.
Is it the size of a weasel?
It it's like you know how you go to Magic Mountain. There's that one ride. You're like,
Nope.
Nope. It's like that.
Nope.
Yep. And it's so veiny. It's
By
like-
the way, can you put? I want to do a master class with comedians where they think they're making sense, but it's just more confusing. So like you're like, you know how like when you go on a roller coaster and it's like, no.
Let me explain better about Pauly's dick then.
Okay.
All right. So let's say this is the dick.
Do you want to explain who Pauly Shore is first for the listeners?
If you love Son-in-Law, if you love In the Army Now,
Encino Man is a banger.
I like that one. Biodome, not so much. But anyway, so this is a penis, right?
No. Nope.
Oh, no. All right, so let me just draw it, okay?
Okay.
So,
Isn't it weird that we know each other really well, but I've never seen your handwriting?
yeah. So,
Okay, that is a penis.
Oh.
okay.
By the way, you can tell that Bobby's podcast,
that's not Pauly's dick.
Tiger
I'm just
Belly
saying-
and Bad Friends, are very highly viewed on YouTube because he only mimes. He doesn't. There's no audio experience when Bobby's.
I try to fucking do it with the hand, man.
That's not an audio experience. You have to
Oh, that's right.
explain. What about just someone just listening?
Okay, sorry.
Our demo is not only YouTube trolls like yours.
All right. So anyway, I don't know how to explain this, but this is
By the way,
a standard.
you have the palest fan base of anyone I know. Every time someone comes up to me looking like they have scurvy after one of my shows, I'm like, that's a Tiger Belly fan.
Okay, all right. That's rude.
Your
Don't attack
fans
my
work
friends.
nights.
Okay, so that's a regular penis, right?
That's not a regular penis. Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. So this isn't Bobby.
That's
just
mine actual size.
Bobby
okay?
just drew a photo of a penis, and he fully goes through the world thinking this is the shape of a penis. I don't know how to help you.
Standing on the ball.
Yeah, why it's not. The ball. Okay, this is an erect penis, to be clear. And why did you add wrinkles? Like, why does it have crow's feet? Okay, now you're drawing. What is that? I can draw a picture of my vagina if you want me to.
Okay.
And I can draw a
This is
picture of
Pauly's dick.
what penis is.
I don't know what else. I don't know how else.
Okay, Pauly's dick is a Siamese twins. Why does it?
It's twisted.
Okay.
Okay, like a
It's
ride.
Why is it a centaur?
I have no idea. I never asked him why. Did it go to some wars? Is there a Purple Heart? I didn't ask him that.
So, because it's just been through a lot. So you're not saying it's big. You're
It's
saying
big.
it's sinewy.
It's not okay. It is very thick and very long and very big. Okay.
Very thick, very long, very
It's
big.
like an average black man's dick, I think.
Copy that. But why
Right.
is it all twisted up?
I think it's all the wars. But can I say about the veins? All right.
Okay.
Every vein that's in the penis is you can see.
What rehab did you go to? Because I'd like to write a Yelp review. I think we need to go back to one. Did we do 20? Did we do 30 days? I think we might want to do 90.
Okay.
So this is Pauly's dick.
yes.
Is he cool with you talking about this?
Yeah.
And what context have you seen his dick in?
Many contacts.
Okay, have you seen it hard?
No, that's the scary part.
See, that's the thing about all you guys. You've seen each other's dick, but not hard.
But then that's a different relationship. You know what I mean? If my
Yeah.
friend, you want to see my dick and it's hard, it just changes the relationship right there. It's like, dude, don't call me for a couple of years.
Can I ask you about something?
Yeah.
What is up with guys that like to have threesomes that are friends?
I've done that.
I know.
Have you?
Nope.
Oh, it's the if you
It's the what?
God, I'm getting emotional.
no,
I'm literally getting emotional.
but I'm just curious. Like, I know a lot of guys that are friends and they'll have threesomes with girls together, and I just don't see how that's not awkward. If I saw someone having sex with Emily, I would kill myself.
Okay.
And her too.
You're so.
Everyone would die.
Your mind is closed, friend.
My mind is
Yeah,
closed.
and your heart is closed.
Copy that.
Yeah, in every aspect.
I hope it is. I'm trying that.
Okay.
That's something I've worked very hard at.
You have to, once in your life, have sex with 3 comedians.
With one of my friends.
You have to do it with ugly people. Like me. Guys, ugly guys. The women is beautiful.
Okay. So anyone that's
So
having
I'm
a
gonna
threesome with you, they already know that you think they're ugly.
No.
But then
the
how
guy
do you
has to be ugly.
But why would you want to fuck? Isn't the whole point of a threesome is that everyone's hot and you want to fuck everyone there?
When you're a comedian, right, the options are like small, right? There's because.
By the way, do you think this is small?
Yeah.
The hole that you just made is not small.
I'm talking on your hand, guy comics that are good looking are not a lot. Jezelnik, right? You got Jeff Dye, cutie. Jeff Dye is cutie.
Okay.
Right. There's that one guy from Canada that's
I
the
love
really
when
tall
guys
guy.
talk about other guys that are hot. It's like I love watching football games with guys solely because they'll be like, he's handsome. He's a good looking guy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love hearing this.
Yeah, I love to admit it too, but
This is fascinating because I think that any guy who is like funny and confident and on stage, I can fall in love with, and I think that's handsome. The number one thing every woman says about what they want in a man is sense of humor.
That's so not true. That you're gonna make me angry. That's so not fucking.
Because
that's
you
so
weren't
not-
angry before.
You know, the worst thing was even as a young comic when I lived in La Jolla.
Okay.
Right. I'd have.
How do you think you got Kalila?
Because she has...
That jawline? Those cheekbones?
Yeah, fuck you.
Women do like a sense of humor.
Okay, fine. Some women. Some fucking women, all right? But I'm just saying, as a young guy, I was always funny. Funnier than everyone else, right? And I would have...
You mean before you got into comedy?
Yeah, I'm talking about... Yeah, comparatively to the best comics in the world, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You
fucker,
are no fuckhead. You know that I think you're one of the funniest people on the planet.
I can follow anyone on planet Earth, and that's all I know.
If you put your hand in my camera one more time.
Yeah, so sorry. I apologize to your show. All right. So what? I had my train of thought, and you. You
were running a train.
No. So,
in a threesome.
So no, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. But this is like a meth conversation. When you're on meth.
I've never done meth. Oh well, I've done Adderall.
Yeah,
I've had Adderall.
I know, but real meth. Like ice
I've never
meth,
done
right?
real meth.
When you're with two guys and you're doing meth, you write down what you want to talk about so you don't forget.
That's what I do all the time. Just
I know.
Normally, I was.
Can I just finish my fucking thing?
Sure.
In my early 20s, right? I was always good. There was this girl, I can't name her name, right? And I had a crush on her, and I made a move. She goes, "I just want to be friends."
Just say it. It's fine. We can speak freely here. You just talked about Pauly Shore's dick for in a girl with a wine stain.
So 3 months later, she meets this another guy. She's like, "I can't wait to meet my friend, my new boyfriend Ralph." And I go, "Yeah." She's like, "He's hilarious like you." And then you meet the guy, and he's so not funny. He's like and women are always. I've had 20 experiences like that, right?
Where someone says this guy's exactly like you, his personality,
or they're just funny, or you're gonna get along. They're super funny, and then you go, no, not funny at all in any way.
The girl's version of that is, oh my god, my friend looks exactly like you, and you're like, here we go. This is gonna hurt my feelings, and they show you a picture of just like an actual sweet potato.
Yeah. So let's go to the threesome with threesome.
Sorry, I was drawing my vagina. It has. I need to.
Does not look like that.
That does not look like my vagina.
There's no way.
You're right.
Yeah.
That is not.
Yeah.
That looks like an arpeggio.
Yeah, it's more like this. Anyway, so when you're hooking up with three comics in a room,
threesomes are like there's.
You will laugh
Here's what
harder than you've ever laughed in your life.
But I don't. But that's not. Sex isn't funny to me. It's embarrassing, and the idea of being naked around other comedians, like when you're supposed to be like. As a woman having sex, I just feel like it's too vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable around comedians. You know, this is my whole thing about how I don't think I'll ever be able to get married because how am I going to say like sincere vows in front of comedians? I won't.
Yeah.
I've been engaged. I think my engagement was broken off because I started thinking about the vows. I was just how am I going to sincerely open my heart to somebody and cry in front of comedians?
But having sex with somebody.
Oh, because that's
sex
not
with
intimate
three
to
people,
you. Got it. I'm
with
starting
three
to
other
realize.
people are different. It's like, NFL players, they still go home and play Madden. Why?
Madden.
John Madden. It's a video game about football.
We have a language barrier, Bobby.
Yeah, I don't know how to say Madden. Any G words?
I would rather play Madden, quite frankly.
Madden. So sex is different. Masturbation is different than having sex with a loved one. Having sex with a bunch of comics is different than having sex with a loved one. It's different. You go into it with a different mentality. You don't go, I'm going to come. You go, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
But that's not for sex. That's you go. Is that because we've been robbed of the ability to enjoy comedy because we're comics? That you have to go to sex for your humor?
Yeah. But dude,
I don't believe in sex being funny. Like when I go to porn now and I see all these like funny sketches where someone is roller skating, they trip and fall on a dick, and it's like, the I Love Lucy of porn. I don't get that.
Yeah, but imagine
sex is serious to me.
Yeah. But imagine, let's say you, me, let's give you a third comic, Brian Scalaro.
Because if you laugh at here's what it is. If you laugh at a woman during sex, I'm not sexy or I have walked out before in like lingerie, like the first time I was able to have money and I'm like with a guy and I buy lingerie and I put it on and I get it wrong or whatever, and it's just like I look like I'm like David Carradine hanging myself with a fishnet or whatever. And the guy I was dating laughed.
Yeah.
And that was like the most humiliating. It left like such a mark. The idea of a woman trying to be sexy and someone laughing is too traumatic.
Okay. But imagine this. You're laying on your back.
When you had threesomes with a guy, a comedian, and a girl, did she like that you were just laughing at her pussy?
Yeah, because she was laughing at my dick first.
But then why would you want to have sex?
Because, listen, I pulled my penis out. and she burst.
You popped it out.
Yeah, I popped it out,
Yeah,
but
okay.
she burst into like holding her side, going on the ground, and just convulsing laughing, which made me and the other.
Which means the roofies had not kicked in yet, and you needed to.
Yeah,
But
and,
that to
and
me-
I started laughing so hard, and the other guy comic laughed so hard. We spent laughing for 45 minutes, and my dick is still out.
Then you have in coitus?
And then we had intercourse later. It was great. You have to try it. But no, because we're 50. I'm 50.
I guess I'm realizing that sex for me is more of a means to an end. It's not like a joyful, like, let's
Yeah.
have fun. It's like, I can't look you in the eye and apologize for that thing I did wrong. So I guess I'm gonna, it's like, it's
Yeah.
more of a healing, chore than it is like a recreational
Yeah.
hobby.
Well, this was 20 years ago, and I don't do that anymore.
Because to me, sex, I feel like has so many. There's no. If so, I love laughing during sex. Like what? Like an ex of mine. One of the hardest times I've ever laughed is when I told him, like, I want you one time during sex to call me a pig and see if we can get through without laughing.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me when you're gonna do it. 4 months later, we're in Hong Kong and had some like weird brandy, and he was like, "Take it, you fucking pig!" And we laughed for like 3 days.
Yeah.
It was one of the funniest.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's hilarious.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it can't be LOLs from the jump. I'd be embarrassed.
Okay.
I'm too sensitive.
To each his own.
I'm too sensitive.
Okay.
I get insecure.
Yeah, but you know what? Because I've gone to deep therapy, and I'm
Deep therapy?
Can I tell you what happened to me in the last couple of months?
Sure.
Did you know?
I will respond to your texts any minute. Yeah. Do I know what happened to you the last couple months?
Yeah, but the last month, did you know? Like a little over a month ago, did you know what happened? I felt like I was gonna die. Mm-hmm. I started. You're such a fucking asshole.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What a fucking bitch, dude. You're a bitch witch. You're a bitch witch. You're a skanky bitch witch.
Oh, we now take a break. Oh, you were good at that. That was good. Thank you. Why are you just deep throating on an imaginary dick over there? Oh, because it has to be imaginary.
Once again, that's good.
Once again, not a burn.
Once again, thank you, Mom,
I hate that.
for the self-esteem.
Speaking of, thanks, Mom. This
podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother.
or your Whitney. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist.
You can start communicating in under 48 hours.
It's not a crisis line. It's not a self-help line. It's professional therapy done securely online.
If you're in a crisis, don't call BetterHelp. They don't. That's not what they do.
We'll put Whitney's cell phone number on the bottom of the screen for that.
Yeah. Call me for those matters.
She'll give you a bigger crisis.
I'll show you crisis.
show you a crisis.
That's a good crisis line idea. I'm in a crisis. I'll show you a crisis.
Oh, you think that's a
Ukraine and Russia? Okay, good point. I just give you perspective and convince you that your crisis isn't that big of a deal.
That's genius. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
I have to say, the more that we talk about BetterHelp on this podcast, people come up to me and say that it's changed their life.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Special offer for Good For You listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Whitney.
You better help yourself.
to BetterHelp.
Because look, I would like to call BetterHelp. I don't know. Does this count as something that I should call about? I'm dating a man that is 9 years my junior. Is that how you say it? Mm-hmm. 9 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. And I had a scab. I have a scab on the side of my arm. And I was like, does this look bad? He goes, oh, is that a liver spot?
That's called you should both be single now.
That's called emotional abuse.
That's called abuse. I'm so shocked he said that.
He was joking.
I'm so disappointed
But I
in
can't
him.
stop thinking about it. And then he just texted me. I was like, how goes it? And he wrote back, just trying to get through this old day. How was the pod?
Is he attacking you?
I think maybe.
I'm gonna have a talk with him.
DoorDash. Now look, I know what you're thinking. This girl, if she is nothing if not wife material. Like, ugh, if she made a brisket, I would gobble up. Look, yes, am I incredible at making chicken cordon bleu? Of course I am.
That doesn't mean she wants to.
Can I make a banana flan in my sleep? But I don't have that kind of time, okay? I have stuff to do. I have myself to Google, okay? That's why I use DoorDash, okay? Along with the restaurants you love, you can get groceries, other essential items. You can get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under 1 hour. Oh! Craving late night ice cream? That was not an innuendo. Forget that the one key ingredient for your dinner. Where's the cilantro?
Where's the cordon?
Where's the nutmeg?
Or maybe you just need to stack up for the week. With DoorDash, get everything in one app. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or
Wait,
choose...
why are you talking about me? Just because I've had 300,000 partners? Are you trying to shame me?
Oh my God, I'd love to have 300,000 partners. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory.
Maybe we shouldn't have let her DoorDash that Mike's Hard Lemonade earlier. Ordering is easy, and your items will be left safely outside your door when you choose contactless delivery drop-off. Easy peasy.
For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code GFY. That's 25% off, up to $10 value, and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code GFY. Don't forget, that's code GFY for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. Speaking of meals, cooking, family events.
Where are you going with this?
Easter!
Easter's coming up.
Easter's coming up.
What a drag.
And
Easter, you know how Easter goes.
every year you wait for Jesus, never comes.
Never comes. No, this is not an ad for Blue Chew. Yes, story of my life. Once a year, waiting for a man to show up, and he never does. Oh Jesus!
Ooh.
We've decided that this Easter, we're not gonna let y'all just like go to a boozy brunch, go home and watch the Tinder swindler, you know, and then DMing him asking if he can hang. We're not going to let you make bad decisions this year. We are going to be doing a live podcast April 17th for Easter. Live Easter pod.
Live online
Hop
Easter.
on. Hop on
over.
We, on April 17th, are going to be doing a live exclusive online podcast. We've never done a live podcast before for a bunch of reasons, mostly because
Anxiety.
I can't, mostly because panic attacks, night terrors, and a litany of other addictions.
We're going to have to be real
We're going to find a way for me to curl my hair an hour before the show so I can actually be here on time and so that my OCD doesn't completely take over and sabotage my future. So we're going to try to do a live show on Easter. It's going to happen. You guys can send pictures. Send your dick pics.
We like feet.
Send photos, videos. We're going to answer anything you ask, but we have to be more specific. Where are they going to ask it? Ahead of time? Or
You can ask. We were going to take questions in advance and live.
we're going to have, everybody knows what this is. The Segura does it. Everyone does this. Why are we explaining the concept of a live podcast? You guys get it. I'm just in a panic.
Okay, and so go to momenthouse.com/good for you. It's being put on by Moment House. You can buy tickets there, and you can buy them now, April 17th. We'll see you live online event. We can't wait.
Don't embarrass yourself. This weekend.
She's talking to herself.
I am going to be, you dressed me today, so I'm already consumed with humiliation. I love it. Come see me live if you want to do my comedy Yuck Yuck. Still trying to get love from my dead dad in Portland, Maine at the Merrill Auditorium on March 18th. March 19th, I'm in New Hampshire at Colonial Theater. March 25th, I'm going to be in New Haven, Connecticut, College Street Music Hall. Not playing any music, but my shrill voice is harmonious. April 1st, Austin, Texas, Paramount Theater. April 2nd, I'm going to be in Dallas. March 26th, I'm going to be in Albany. WhitneyCummings.com. I shouldn't have to read all these things to you because I'm dyslexic and you all know that, and this is exhausting, and I'm going to get lockjaw. Back to our guest. I knew that. Can we pitch gravestone ideas for Bobby? So I knew.
You're such a bitch.
I'm not. I
hate
knew you were coming on the podcast. I knew we were going to talk about some really heavy shit.
Yeah.
And as someone that has been incredibly that loves you like a brother, that truly considers you family, and someone that's been so worried and scared and loves you, I knew we were going to talk about this today.
Yeah. But that's why I brought up Pauly Shore's dick.
Okay,
just
good.
a little levity,
yes.
a little levity.
You know.
I opened with Pauly.
You know that's funny.
Right. I opened with so.
Yes.
And listen, we don't have to talk about the whole fucking time, man. I just want to check in with you.
I would love to talk about it. I just love you, and I'm cutting tension with being silly, and I'm sorry. You almost died. We get it. So
can I just tell you what happened?
Yes.
So what happened was when Bob died, I was doing like 2,000, 3,000 milligrams of edibles a day.
Yeah.
Smoking 24 hours a day, and drinking. And
by the time he died, you had built up to that.
I built up to that.
Because here's something that I think is just worth talking about. As people that are both in programs, that are both trying to stay emotionally sober. Like, I think that, as someone that very publicly, I think you saw, struggled with edibles over the pandemic, ruined one of my friend's online Zoom memorials because I was so high on edibles. That's the thing that I can't really take. Currently, that is my allergy. But you also go, in 10 years, maybe that'll change. It's one day at a time. For now, the edibles don't work for me. And as someone that, has been, sober, there is this thing where you go like, okay, for now, this doesn't work for me, but maybe in 10 years, I'll experiment with smoking weed. And you see people who can or can't, but there is like that period where you're like, I've been sober for a while. Let me just try to see if I could do this like a gentleman now with all this recovery. Was that how it kind of started? Yeah,
but also what I realized through I've been told this by many therapists and psychiatrists, because I've been in 2 rehabs in the last couple of months. Mm-hmm. They say that when somebody has PTSD or extreme trauma and they do weed, it does the adverse effect, right? So I became manic, and I become, I can't eat or sleep. So, but I was smoking cigarettes. I mean, I've been smoking since I was 18. So when Bob died, I started coughing up chunks of blood in my mucus. And it was like dark blood, and all the time. And I would send it to Kalila because she's a nurse and stuff. And I'm just like, am I dying? She's like, what the fuck?
Stop sending me Whitney's nudes.
Yeah. No, she wasn't like, is that Whitney's, period blood? No, I go, that's from my lungs, And so, when you're using, not sleeping, you're not eating, and then all of a sudden your friends die, and then Louis died. I used to open for Louis. Louis, you're friends with Louis. Yeah, one of the greatest, nicest guys in the world. And I started thinking about death a lot. And I was like, and I convinced myself I was dying because I was coughing up blood. And then I could not leave my bed for weeks. I canceled everything. I canceled 18 weekends on the road. You know what I mean? I said, I'm fucked.
And let me ask you, like, what was it? Because I remember, being around you when, like, smoking weed and stuff, and it was like, oh, like, this is someone that has worked so hard in program. This is someone who, like, a lot of the emotional wounds, you've worked really hard to heal. You're in this incredible relationship. You and I both, I think, bond strongly over making this business, Hollywood, TV, movies, whatever it is, our higher power, and this one too many, a million not enough. Even if we do get a TV show, it's like, well, it's not good, and now I'm embarrassed. Like, we live in this constant state of shame and embarrassment, and we cut ourselves with this business. We allow it. We have the Stockholm syndrome with it, so we're in this kind of like loop with no matter how much success we get, it's either not enough or not the right kind, or we feel like we're accidentally shaming our peers by being successful. If we are successful, we're apologetic and embarrassed about it. And if we're not, we're fucking miserable and feel rejected.
It's insane.
So
I used to do bad auditions, and I would go to my car. I would take a bottle of water and smash my head over the head until I was bleeding.
Smash your head over the head?
No, smash the bottle over my head
Yeah.
until I was bleeding. I would punish myself physically for mistakes, or when I was, and that's because when I was a kid. I mean, I know this is a comedy podcast, and people are listening like, "Oh, here we go."
This isn't. No, don't worry.
I mean?
This, we've not
here we go with the dark stuff. But so when I was born, I just was unsafe. My dad used to beat everyone with golf clubs and chasing everyone around, knocking my mom's teeth out. I mean, this is what I witnessed, right?
So you got free dental care. Got it.
Right.
I'm sorry, Bobby.
Why did you laugh?
I'm sorry.
I know, but it was funny.
It was.
I liked it.
But I know what it's like. I
you
feel
fucking witch bitch.
I feel uniquely like when you're sharing something really emotional as a comedian. It's like it's hard. So tell me if I should stop.
No, because
making
online
jokes.
also people go. But
I don't want you to feel like you're like, I'm on Whitney's podcast, so I have to be emotional and
No,
tell a sad
I'm gonna be
story.
because I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. Right.
I wish
So,
you'd act like that before you go on stage. That's
No.
that's the Bobby that I just.
I no longer give a fuck because
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what happened.
You
man.
should give
Fuck.
more. You should give more of a fucks about your hair because that's a bummer. What you're doing right now, that you can improve. Okay.
Okay.
So I remember this
so-
happening, and then did you feel like it was as soon as you heard the news about Saget, then it was like,
Well, without the bloody, mucus, I think I would have been able to just ride it a little longer, but because
you had proof you were like,
I also couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't breathe. Every time people would listen to me on podcasts, like there's something wrong with his breathing. Like he's breathing and coughing. It's weird, So it's like, and it got to the point where I couldn't breathe at all. Like, I'm fucking dying. So anyway, I have 35 days, no cigarettes, no weed, no alcohol, no porn,
Wow.
nothing. Okay.
broke your streak.
So anyway, so I Kalila was laying next to me, and it was like 4 a.m, and I looked at her and I go, I need help. I'm gonna die, and I went to a rehab mill. You know what a rehab mill is?
Puppy mill.
Yeah, it's like a puppy mill, but for rehab. So now all these, you can Google it. All these rehabs are being bought by corporations.
Yeah.
Right. And
By
now,
like Purdue. The guys that put out OxyContin were like, we really should get in the rehab business.
Yeah. So they bought, you know what I mean? So it's like, instead of like, we're going to treat these people, we're going to get as many people in and as many people out.
Yeah.
And I went to one of those. I showed up. They're like, just go in that room. I laid next
And
to...
how did you, what was your, do you mind if I just get granular about, like, what did you do? Obviously, you are financially solvent, like, but like, what, did you just go ask your therapist for a suggestion? Because sometimes when people that go to rehab run their own thing, it's like, you're not...
Well, I did, like a gross guy. I'm a gross guy.
Because I'm like, I'm just going to like go to the Four Seasons for a couple days, sweat it out.
I went, I actually asked where the celebrities go.
Yeah, I'm going to go...
And they go, this place. And they named me this guy, years ago, this person. But what I didn't realize, and what no one realized, is that place was bought out by a corporation. So they got rid of like high end and just say, let's just get everyone in. Right? So no one goes there anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So I was laying next to a naked 60-year-old man going through alcohol withdrawal. And our beds were like literally.
Where was this?
I can't tell you what
Okay,
place.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to.
But like it wasn't in California.
It was an in-house place.
Got it.
And this guy was literally screaming at the top of his just screaming at the top of his lungs. And I'm just going, what the fuck? And then I see a kid being dragged by his hair. He's like, I'm gonna fucking gouge your eyes with fucking ice picks. And like, people just wandering around in hospital garbs, not knowing to go. And I have to be here for fucking 30 days. So I got out.
You left.
Yeah, and so I went to another place.
Which is just really quick. It's and I'm not trying to ask where it was, but in my experience with this kind of stuff, it's like if you're like, I'm gonna choose a place that's close to home, you probably will be able to leave if you need to. So sometimes I was advised the first time I was involved in an intervention with somebody who needed to go to rehab. They basically were like, the first one's gonna be a wash. don't spend money on the first one because they're gonna leave. They're gonna go fuck this shit. Detoxing is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So just don't spend, because then you're just gonna get resentful and you're gonna waste all this money and the health insurance stuff by going to a rehab because rehab's so prohibitively expensive.
Oh my God.
You know?
Yeah.
So the first one usually, not that that's your first, whatever, but just like the first one's probably not gonna take anyway because they're just gonna go, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And they can't make you stay unless you've been 5150'd or in a conservatorship.
That's interesting. Yeah. This one's in the middle of a desert, though. It's hard to leave.
Sure. So you were
And
at
it's
Burning Man. I think
state.
that was just Burning Man, what you're describing.
It was Coachella.
Same general vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were just like, fuck this, not doing this.
Well, they wouldn't let me leave, and I had to call my lawyer.
Sure.
They wouldn't let me leave.
But so
I had to stay there for 4 days, and and they had to. So I was on weed and alcohol, right?
because you were detoxing, which is sometimes a separate from.
But 3 times a day, you'd have to wait in this line, and he would give you a bowl just filled with pills. Mm-hmm. And I go, what the fuck? They're like, just take it. You take like 15 pills. I don't know what the fuck is in it.
You didn't know what they were.
Now I know it's Ativan, Valium, all these fucking things, right? Gabapentin, all these things.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a while when you get more drugs in rehab than
It's
you were
insane.
on before.
And
yeah.
so I'm like now walking around this place for 4 days with a bunch of teenagers just smoking cigarettes in a soccer field in the middle. Like, it's fucking Breakfast Club.
My question is, what are the teenagers saying about you? Like, I love it when I'm like, I was in this place with all these weirdos, and they have the same story. They're like, there was this fucking guy with long hair smoking cigarettes, trying to leave.
No,
like,
they were like nosotros papaya. They were like Tiger Belly people.
They were like your fans. You went to rehab.
No, people
and
just
all
know.
your fans
No,
were there?
not all of them, but like there's like maybe 30 teenage kids. Maybe 3 or 4 of them would go. You know what I mean? I love Kalila. What's going on? You know this. You know what I mean? So it's just
It is so funny that you went to rehab and it was Tiger Belly fans.
Yeah, there's a couple. I'm sure there was a couple Whitney fans as well. All right. You have fans there too. Fuck.
That is so funny.
So anyway,
Like one time-
why is this a surprise?
I know, I'm just
that
saying-
there are fucking 2 or 3 people that fucking rehab that know the fuck I am. Sorry.
It's like when I went to Crazy Girls on Sunset when I first started being on TV, and I
Yeah.
was like, and everyone's like, "What's it like being like famous?" And I was like, "I don't really feel that famous. I can go to the airport, I can go to the grocery store. Like, I didn't like." And me and Zoe Lister-Jones went to Crazy Girls, which is not even a strip club. It's like a bikini bar. It's like the girls that don't make it to the fully nude ones. Like, they don't book the audition. So they go to this bikini bar.
Yeah.
And like half of them are pregnant. Like, they've got tampon strings hanging out, and they play the best like '90s hip hop music. And Zoe and I went in there. Every girl that worked there as like a bikini bar stripper girl, they're
Yeah.
like, Whitney!
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is why I'm famous.
Yeah, you're on a network TV show and you're also walking in with a fucking co-star.
I know, but it was like strippers.
What a
this
surprise.
is my demo.
They have televisions too, believe
You're
it or not.
missing the point.
Oh,
I know,
God,
I'm-
I want to gouge your eyes out. So anyway, you're a witch bitch. Anyway, so I left the place, and the new place wasn't open for 7 days, like an opening. So I
The
had to
new
come,
rehab?
Yeah, so I had to go to LA for 7 days.
Is this a franchise?
No, no.
The rehab wasn't open yet? Maybe could
No. Because the what place I wanted to go is only 8. They only allow 8 people at a time.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, really specialized.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's the best. Mm-hmm. I had been there before. I went there 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so
It's an elevator.
You're so good. You're so quick. And you're so great. And that's what I have to remind myself. It's Whitney is who she is. You accept her. Be mindful about what she's saying. Be very present. And just have empathy.
There's a lot of holes in this story. That's
no
all.
holes. There's no holes.
So you leave the first one and you're like, fuck this. You're uncomfortable, you're restless, irritable, discontent.
I want to go straight from here.
Are you allowed to call people?
No, at that place, they take your phone.
Yeah.
So every time you call, you have to call a payphone. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it was really difficult to get out, getting hold of people, this and that. Anyway, I got out. I had to spend 7 days in LA, and I just never left the house. Just laid in bed. And I went to this new place, and it's outpatient, and I was at the hotel, and
Wait, why at a hotel if it's outpatient? Oh, it's a different state.
it's the same state, different city, Arizona.
That's where all the rehabs are.
Yeah.
Isn't
and
that interesting?
It's interesting. And I went to the hotel room, and that night I slept by the door of the hotel room because I literally thought, because of Bob died in a hotel room, so I literally thought, I want them to discover my body, or if I'm having a stroke or I'm dying, don't make a joke. Don't fucking make a joke.
I'm sorry. It's just that you and Bob are the two people like I love the most, and thinking about either of you dead, I so that I don't cry, I have to laugh.
You deflect. So I was gonna open the door if I was gonna have a heart attack, so that they could find my body. I mean, that's how fucking crazy I was. And then when I went to the new place, I didn't sleep for 6 nights in a row. Over 96 hours almost. Like 100 hours of not sleeping. And I'm not even talking laying in bed. Like my heart racing, pacing in my hotel room.
And are you in those 7 days? Did you come back and like use to stay?
No, I stayed sober since the first place.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're
I was
freshly
sober. I was like a couple of weeks sober at this new place.
And Bob's dead.
And they asked me to leave because they couldn't do any work because what I need is EMDR trauma work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
that's a game changer.
So they told me to go home, get blood work, because if you think you're dying.
They're like, can we get some blood work? You're like,
that's really funny. Yeah. So they go, and I got blood work. I came at X-rays, blood pressure, heart, everything. And everything's fine.
Okay.
And my doctor was like, you're smoking weed, 24 hours a day, and you're smoking cigarettes 24 hours a day, and the amount you're smoking, you're going to cough up blood.
Yeah.
So, so now I'm back, and I got a psychiatrist, and I am on a little Ritalin today for second day, and I'm going to go back to this place in a month.
And where we were looping, just the idea of like was this the first time you felt like a psychiatrist brought up the idea of OCD and...
No, 2 years ago when I went to this place, it's a trauma place. They have the best therapists in the world, and it's the greatest place I've ever been to. And I've been to 5 in my life. And they...
It's called BetterHelp.com. Promo code Whitney.
Do you have BetterHelp? I love BetterHelp.
Yeah, I love BetterHelp.
BetterHelp, yeah.
You can go just to Arizona and just get BetterHelp from a hotel room in Arizona if you wanted to be outpatient.
Yeah, but they match you with your therapist.
48 hours or less, you will get a response. You can switch at any time. At any time.
They're constantly adding new therapists.
This is not you know what it's not?
Yeah.
It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help.
Yeah. Anyway.
Go for 30 more seconds, and then we're...
Yeah, so we got that in the bag. Good.
That's funny. Anyway, so now I have 30... let's see.
7?
No, what's it? Wait.
37.
1, 2, 3, 4... 36 days of everything. Now, here's the thing. Porn. I'll
get ya.
I didn't want to have sex with Kalila anymore.
And she's wildly out of your league.
Just let me
Okay, sorry.
absorb that.
My bad. Keep going.
God, that hurt. Of course. Dude, God made me to go out with a 3'2" girl named Ting Ting. That's what God made me. God made me was like he's going to be with Ting Ting.
That's not my name.
Yeah.
But hold on. But here's what I'll say. I'm not going to say. I'm just as someone that did read a bunch of neurology books to try to figure out how life works. You two have been together for how long?
Almost 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be off porn and that, like, it is one too many, million not enough, and porn can be very damaging and toxic, but is all of that just your fault? Is like being with someone have you ever been with someone for 10 years before? It's a long time.
No, I always had a 2-year mark. Because this is going to be... I loved all my girlfriends. But, I was never...
Which is why I had to kill them. The way you say that is so...
I love all my girlfriends.
Which is why they had to die. If I can't have you, no one can.
But I've always, at the 2-year mark, exactly 2 years, I just go, I'm done.
Which is, by the way, there is a little bit of like science, like biological basis for that. Which is like, yeah, because it's like, you know, we're wired essentially to be making the. Have you ever read Cupid's Poisoned Arrow?
No,
I'm going to go. I have it downstairs. It's about how basically, like, you know, in love and sex addiction, porn addiction, we're not designed to just have orgasms all the time. You're kind of only designed to have an orgasm when you're procreating, because that's how it was in tribal times. You didn't just get to.
So in, you know, a Navajo Indian didn't go behind a tree and jerk off?
You know what? I
How
I'm
old?
not. You know what? Here's what I'll say.
They jerked off all the time back then.
Okay, I don't disagree.
Moses jerked off.
But how dare you?
He did.
With what, Myrrh?
No. He took the 2 slabs, with the commandment.
He saw Jesus hanging on that cross and was like,
Little dark.
That's
but
why
yeah,
it's
yeah.
oh God. But it is amazing how much we say oh God during sex.
Yeah.
But no, just what the idea was that it was a reward for procreating. You know, we now have sex for sport almost exclusively. Most of the time when we have sex, the goal is to not get the person pregnant.
Yeah.
It's just the idea of what it does to your brain when you have an orgasm. For the most part, your primordial brain thinks you've just procreated.
Yeah.
So the idea of I'm having sex with you to not have a kid, we've been together 2 years, our primordial reptile brain thinks that 2 years ago when we had sex for the first time, that a baby was made 9 months later and that you need to stay in love with me and stick around to protect the child and your offspring for another year or so. And then by the time the baby's 1 or 2, I don't really need you anymore. And then you don't make dopamine for me anymore. And then you move on and procreate with someone else. So 2 years is about the amount of time.
Wait, they did that back in the day?
No, that's how our primordial brain
Wow.
views it.
So we are bred.
The 2-year mark is about when I don't need your protection for the offspring you made with me anymore.
So when did that change?
There's a movie called The Female Brain, and I encourage you all to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare, but there's a whole storyline about this exact
I heard it's
thing.
really bad.
You know what? You heard correctly. It is one compromise after another. It was a nightmare, ruined my life, and took away my ability to have biological children. But there is a storyline that is exactly about this. It's the Sofia Vergara and Dion Cole storyline, which is about like after you have an orgasm with somebody. If you and I are together, we have sex. 2 years later is about when your reptilian brain stops making oxytocin for me, because it's your primordial brain's internal clock of going, I've procreated with this person, we've raised the kid, it can walk now, they don't need me anymore, I'm not going to move on and procreate with someone else, because my
Is it just males or females as well?
Females is a little bit of this. It depends on if they're on birth control or not. That's a whole other thing, and olfactory glands, and it's a very boring thing.
Yeah.
But so I would say don't. I just am the person that's always saying to people like, don't be mad at yourself for not wanting to like fuck like bunnies after 2 years, because the Cupid's poison arrow lays the science out of that really helpfully.
Yeah, but that's fine, and I believe you, but
So 10 years is unbelievable.
But women also want intimacy, right? They want to be held. They want to be told, "I love you." They want to be.
Some of them.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing any of that.
With Kalila.
Yeah, it became, because of my porn addiction, it became strictly business and a friendship, and that's not what she's in it for. So
She's in it for.
Also, I also want to say, because I'm a kid from trauma and PTSD.
Sure.
I cannot engage in suffering anymore, other people's suffering, right? So it's like, I'm sure, I know Asa Akira, who's just a businesswoman. She's bright.
Porn. Can we say porn star still, or is it
adult movie
sex
star?
worker? Okay,
Let's
adult
just-
movie star.
Asa Akira's
I'm an adult movie star.
Yeah.
How dare you?
She's like she was the number one, one of the best, and she has a kid now. She's great.
And what does it mean to be one of the best porn stars? One of the richest or one of the most flexible? Like it's just,
no, like in acting, right? You win an Oscar if you're great, right? They have the AVN awards.
Yes, I know.
She's won many of those.
I know. I've hosted them before.
Right, so she's got plaques and trophies and stuff. But anyway, what I'm saying is when you go to a strip club and you watch porn, you're just supporting other people's trauma. You know what I mean? And PTSD. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but if you watch European ones, obviously, especially Eastern European ones, they're forced into just out of necessity.
Yeah, sure.
And sometimes families give their daughter.
But how do you know? Because it's like in this time where we're supporting sex workers. If you are a teacher and you're getting paid nothing and you want to breastfeed on OnlyFans for an extra $100,000 a month, we're supposed to be like, that's totally fine now, as long as it's your choice and it's consensual. Like, when do you know? I usually am like, that bruise is a little too big for me to enjoy this porn. How do you know if they're?
It's your individual decision, right? It's
I
don't want to eat McDonald's, right? Because I think but my niece eats McDonald's. I think McDonald's is poison.
Sure.
And if you keep eating it, you're going to die. But people eat it, and I have nothing. I don't think they should, but they fucking do it anyway, and I don't give a fuck.
But if I may, are you saying that that's capitalizing on the trauma of animals because it's meat? Because the porn thing is, because here's the thing, there is a huge rise in amateur porn where people that are dating consensually film themselves having sex and put it on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's not my place to say I'm participating in a rape or a trauma because I don't know.
I'm not telling anyone to stop working in their
I am
field
defending porn.
or watching it. I'm just saying for me.
For you, yeah. It feels
right.
spooky.
That's what it feels like. It feels weird. It feels like I'm supporting something that's evil.
Yeah.
And that's just me.
I'm working on a bit about like how because I'm dating a guy he's like 9 years younger than me, and everyone's like, well, why would you want to be with someone that was like exclusively raised by porn? And I guess I'm just like, no one talks about, and you're talking about it now, the negative effects of porn on men. And like he has all these fears that I've never seen in a man. Like he won't let me alone with the pizza guy. Like he gets really nervous.
That's really funny.
He won't let me hang out with my stepbrother.
Yeah.
Like he's really stressed.
First of all,
he won't let me do the laundry. He thinks I'm gonna like get stuck in the laundry machine.
That's 80s porn. He's got that's when they used to do storylines. They don't do that anymore. They do Gonzo. It's fine. Yes.
He doesn't like it when I'm like on the yoga ball at the gym. He's like, get off that yoga ball. I'm like, don't you want me working out?
Yeah.
Just like the new paranoias that guys have. But yeah, I mean, good on you for like knowing that it was not. Because I think it seems like it's just taken me my entire life to make peace with porn, going, okay, if the guy I'm with is watching porn and jerking off, it's not personal. He's not trying to hurt me. It's like taking a piss. It's just like, taking a shit or something. But when you know that it's making your life unmanageable and you were able to tell on yourself, that's...
Yeah, I mean, well, I felt like my relationship was falling apart. And she's a great girl, and I just, I want it to work.
And did you feel like, because what I hear is when you get desensitized, when you watch enough porn, that by the time you're with a person IRL, it just becomes a transaction. It's like transactional.
Yeah, it's it's impersonal. There's a detachment to it, and it's fast. Like I, would do it like, sex is it's an event sometimes.
Okay.
Right? There's, foreplay. There's, you have to consent. Well, I mean, it's got to be consensual.
I don't consent to foreplay. I only consent to, this needs to be as quick as possible.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I'd rather just go in my bathtub, watch porn real quick.
Your bathtub.
Yeah, because I don't want her to watch me doing it. So
Sure.
I'd go, I'm taking a bath. She knows what I'm doing.
That's the number one. That's how I know someone's jerking off. Because
That's not true.
You take baths?
I never take showers. And I've been like that as a kid.
I'm like that too, actually.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
love
weird.
baths.
That's really weird.
Yeah. Shower. If I'm in a rush, I'll take a shower.
Okay.
But if I have some time, bath, baby.
Love that.
All day long.
You're
right?
baby shower.
Yeah. So, and I don't even clog up the bathtub at first. I'll just sit in front of the faucet part and just splash.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
So don't judge me, man.
One time I walked in a friend of mine in the bath and she was like taking forever. This was
Yeah.
like in college, and I walked in and there was no water in the tub. Her like undercarriage was up against the faucet, and
Yeah.
it was just like that's how she masturbated.
Yeah.
Was the water just going on her genitals
Yeah.
in the bath?
I did that. My parents' bathtub faucet in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Was
You're
so
rich, we get
strong.
it.
Was so strong, right? That during the days, I would just go put my penis on the faucet, right, and just kind of hold my penis. But the sensation of the water rushing in it made it feel so good. And one day I was doing it like this, and I hear, and I turn around. My dad had to come back home to pick something up, and he saw me, and we never talked about it.
Bummer.
It was a bummer, dude.
This is the EMDR. This is why.
Yeah.
This is why.
He laughed like the Emperor from Star Wars. Yeah, it was fucking traumatic.
That is, I am so like every day that I like miss my dad who's passed away or feel bad about our relationship or have regrets, I'm just grateful he never saw me naked. That's the only thing. I'm like totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, he died before he ever accidentally saw me naked, and that's all I could ever ask for. If
show-
you
I'm gonna
wave
show you-
your toothpick covered in saliva at me one more time, you know what we never. Here's the thing. I'm not going to let you blue ball. That was Zipex. What is that? Is that your?
Yeah, this is because I quit smoking. This is a nicotine toothpick.
Can I have?
Yeah, 2 milligrams. They're the best.
See, I love tea tree oil toothpicks, and you know what it reminds me of? Do you
What?
remember the movie Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
When the guy at the bowling alley put the toothpick in his mouth. and flipped it around and got stuck.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I think about that as like a performer now, and I'm like, did they improvise that? Like, did that actor improvise that moment? Like, looking back, don't you think he probably did?
Yeah.
So here's something as you're drawing.
I'm gonna you talk, and I'm gonna write something down.
I'm very shy. But I do think it's important that we address the diagnosis of the ADD OCD thing, because as someone that shies away from discussing that, because I feel like in 10 years we're going to look back at this and it's just not going to hold up, or that people get very sensitive about like, this is what actual ADD is and OCD and whatever. I've been diagnosed with both. I know there's a spectrum, but I do feel very a little bit resentful that it took till I was like 37 years old for someone to diagnose my ADD, because I think that I don't present as someone that has ADD. I've been able to achieve things. I've been able to finish scripts. I've been able to work really hard, but it also manifests in little things like repeating yourself when you're talking. Like I struggled for the longest time, and I think a part of it has to do with not being like heard as a child. I would repeat myself, talk really loudly, interrupt people.
Yeah, you said that earlier, that you finish people's sentences. You said that earlier downstairs, right?
If you're bombing, I'll try to help you. That's a different thing than I had like a tick. It was almost like a manic tick.
Wow. Yeah.
Where I was so afraid someone was going to get bored or abandon me that I would just like interrupt when they were talking.
Yeah. But you don't have that, like I have to, like at a movie theater, if I turn around one time,
yes,
I have to turn around 2 more times.
Sure.
So this is what you'll see. Okay.
When you're looking back at someone.
No, this is a movie right here, right? So I never. There could be gunshots in the back, like real guns. I won't turn around.
You're just trying to show off your thick mane of hair. I know what you're doing. So when I was a kid, if I would like stub my toe on a table, I'd have to stub my other toe on purpose to like even it out.
So do you do that now or no?
No,
just as a kid.
No.
So you have a little bit of that.
I have a lot of things have to be even. Like if I have this little tick where I'll use my right thumbnail to sort of make a callus on my right pointer finger, and I have to do it with my left one too, so that they're even. Like if I scratch this finger 10 times, I then have to do the left one 10 times.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same
It's like
exact
little
thing.
things like that where things just, it's about control. And I think as a child, there's so little you can control that when you're able to like organize your books by color or whatever, you just have this false sense of control in your little world. So I think as I've gotten older, Al-Anon helped me with that in inner child work.
Yeah. And that's also what I love.
As you can tell by this podcast studio, I need everything to be very neat and tidy.
I'm going to leave all these toothpicks on the table. But my point is that that's what I love about you, because there's a couple of guys, you and Mark, that I can go to and talk about, these things, 12-step stuff, the language, and there's a safety in that. But I want to show you this.
What? Okay.
This is circles of intimacy. Let's just call it there.
So he's holding up an index card with 2 circles. It kind of looks like an egg, and then he misjudged how big the card was. So the circle is like goes off the card.
Right. So in the center circle, imagine the center circle, right? That's supposed to be me and God. Right?
And by God, you mean?
Whatever your perception of God or
higher
spirituality,
power.
or it's within, right? It's like the spiritual connection within, right?
And what I would say about God, just really quick, for people that hear God and they go, because they were like Catholic and molested or something.
Yeah.
Because that can be a triggering word for people. What we say in program is like, you don't have to believe in God. You just have to believe that you're not God.
Yeah.
And if you believe that you're not, your God can be anything.
Right.
The universe, Ava DuVernay, Scientology.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson's dick, whatever you want.
Mine's is Pete Davidson. So, the center circle should be you and your spirituality. The second circle should be your loved ones, like your girlfriend.
Money. Got it. Yeah. Loved ones.
Yeah.
Is that chosen loved ones, or does that family count?
That's the thing. In that second circle, this is what I was taught, right, is should be not a lot of people. It's, you can't be that intimate with everyone,
That's
right?
right.
So it's like, right now, my second circle is Kalila.
We forget about, so I did this attachment strategy course that was similar, and you had tiers of friends. You had A's, B's, and C's.
It's similar. Because
what we try to do is like, people like us, do you just wink at me?
Yeah. I don't know how to wave. Have you? I don't know how to wave. No one ever taught me. I'm so bad at waving.
You know how my boyfriend waves at people?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not. See, yeah, do this.
He
Wink,
was
just
like,
wink.
you just winked, but this wasn't the time or the place for that.
I don't care.
You weren't.
I'm tired of people telling me what and what I cannot do.
I'm not telling you. I was literally just curious because you earlier were talking about in this climate.
Yeah.
And you want to see my pussy, but
No,
not
I
worried
didn't
about
want to see
winking
it.
at me like that.
I'm just curious to see what that monster looks like. Is that Eileen Warnos? Anyway. So anyway,
no, but really quick, I think that people like us, not us, I won't speak for you, I'll speak for myself. I think that we get accused of having intimacy issues, or we get confused about intimacy because number one, we conflate intimacy with proximity of being, you have to be with someone physically or around someone a lot in order to be intimate with them. And number two, we can trauma bond with strangers very intensely once a month.
Yeah.
And it's a false sense of intimacy, whereas intimacy, the idea is having some kind of consistency and accountability, and not just we're going to share about how we were molested for an hour at 2 a.m.
So
once a month.
But this is what I want. So, but my whole life, especially in my 20s, the number one thing was always show business. It was stand up. I cared more about that than anything else on planet Earth.
The biz of show.
It's just to make it.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think if I may, because just as we talk, I'm sorry, because I'm big on with you, don't talk about my friend like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we equate success in show business with physical safety, financial freedom, security, and love. So I just think that it sounds a little bit like we're dickheads when we're like, I just want to make it in show business. It's not like, I just want to be famous. Like, it's
not about that.
It's also like our scarcity complex and like, wanting to be solvent financially.
Yeah, but also when especially if I started comedy in '95, and there were no Asians doing. There were no in San Diego. There were no.
Judy Tenuta.
Yeah, Judy Tenuta. Is she Asian?
I don't know. No.
Bjork and Judy Tenuta. So so it was so difficult to get in, and when I realized. Yeah. It's difficult now, but when you first start doing stand-up, you don't know anybody. You're just signing up at an open mic. You get a 1 a.m. State at the time slot.
Before the internet, getting booked as a comedian, looking back, I cannot believe we physically are alive.
Yeah.
We would show up to comedy clubs, wait for hours with a bunch of legitimately
narcissistic,
unhoused people.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say homeless anymore. Unhoused people, like mentally ill people.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with a guy who wore a dollhouse on his head.
Yeah.
And he would give me a ride, and he would drive me to the club with a full dollhouse on his head, and I'd have to help him disassemble it to take it off.
Yeah.
And then various drug addicts that did what you said earlier, referred to as real meth.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a guy poo on my car. Mm-hmm. At the Comedy Store parking lot.
That tracks.
Name is Ari Shafir.
But anyway, yeah, like it just is like, and then even when and look, I have nothing but like glowing things to say about all the people that hazed me and growing up in that. But then even when you do get in, you're still getting like abused on purpose instead of just. I mean, I would sit outside for 7 hours on Sunset Boulevard alone as a 23-year-old woman, like waiting to do 3 minutes.
Yeah.
With a bunch of weird. I mean, it's wild.
But the problem when you put show business number one, when you don't get the audition, when there's a couple of years when you're not really working or hard. I had those years, right? You just spend all that time completely depressed, no self-worth.
And if I may,
yeah.
The couple people that would be the friends you would attune to that would understand what you're going through are your competition.
Right.
So
yeah.
So for me, coming up as a girl, it was like the at that time when no one wanted women doing comedy. The 3 or 4 other girls that were doing it with me, the 3 people that I feel like could be comforting or medicinal to know and hang out with, we were pitted against each other.
Yeah.
So it was like even more lonely.
Yeah. And so, but what I've had to do is, it's also like, I've had fears of being canceled, you know what I mean? Because of the things that I've said. And then that would be traumatic, right, for me. And I would obsess about it.
Yeah.
But what I've done in the last month is I feel like I've changed how I view what I'm doing now, and I don't care as much. I care more about living, and I have other dreams. Like I want to open an animal sanctuary. Like I want to buy a ranch, and I want to get pigs and cows and raise them, on land and stuff. And I have other dreams, And so when you rearrange your circles of intimacy, right?
I'm sorry,
What's
can I
up?
just say really quick? When people get sober, isn't it ironic that they sound the most on drugs?
What do you mean?
Just like when
What do
someone's
you
like, look, I want to get pigs and cows, and like that is the most high thing anyone can say.
Right.
Which is, I just love that. Whenever I hang out with my friends that are recently sober, the shit they say is way more high.
Yeah.
You know, whereas when you're high, you're like, I want to start a business.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to raise land animals on land.
Yeah, you're like, I want pigs and cows.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's a funny thing that happens that.
Well, I'll tell you why though. You fucking witch bitch.
This is your new thing.
This is new merch.
You're the only one I'm going to call you that. That's your new name.
Hunko.
Okay. Do you like it?
You're just branding for me. I've been out of.
Hey,
I
thank
need
you.
t-shirt ideas.
It's gonna be a hot shirt. But my point is that you know, you love dogs, right?
Some of them.
No, you. That's not true.
Yes,
you're
you're
like
right, you're
you're
right,
like
yes.
us in the
Yeah.
sense that we foster.
Yes.
Right. I know that Kalila, when she has any questions about fostering or dogs, she calls you. Right. So I feel like we have that in common,
Yeah.
and we know that dogs have an emotional connection.
Yes.
Right. They're sentient beings.
Yes.
They recognize. They become family.
And there's nothing more healing, I think, than the unconditional love of an animal that doesn't care what you do for a living, doesn't care what show you're on, doesn't care how much money you have,
It's
doesn't
the
care.
best.
You know, so that is for me a lot of my like recovery and trying to scrape together a modicum of self-worth has just been like, I respect and love this dog. I trust its instincts. It's evolved over millions of years to be able to tell who's safe and who's cool and who's not. And if this dog likes me, I must not be a complete piece of shit.
Right. So have you ever seen photos of the Yulin Dog Eating Festival in China?
The fact that you're bringing this up is
No, just let me just finish what I have a point. I have a fucking point,
Also,
witch bitch.
no, but-
and just fucking listen to what I'm fucking saying, all right? I know I'm on Ritalin right now, but you got me all crazy.
Okay, but what I'm going to say is when people that are close friends of mine are like, hey, do you know about the Yulin Dog Festival? I'm like, hey, bitch, unmute me. You know that's like my major cause.
Right,
And I
okay,
post about it all the time.
Okay, so it breaks your fucking heart, right? You get rage and anger,
Yeah.
right? Why? Because you know that they're emotional, sentient beings, right, that connect. But cows and pigs do the same thing. When you raise a cow from a calf, right?
Right.
Let's say they're out in your pasture
Sure.
and you have a house. Some of them will wait by your door in the morning.
Of course.
Right? And when you walk out, they'll greet you, right? They'll sneak up behind you and lick your face, right? And they don't do that with anybody else because you have an emotional connection with that thing. They have
Sure.
feelings, right?
Because they don't watch porn.
Yeah. I love cow porn. Cow porn's my favorite, by the way. All those titties. There's a like more. Yeah. I love 'em.
It's utterly sexy.
Yeah. So, and pigs do the same thing, right? And there's so many animals do the same thing.
Sure.
So, I've been maybe you know what? Maybe
you're-
I'm newly sober. I think you're right. What? Stop. Maybe I'm on a pink cloud. Stop. All right. Let me just say, right?
Pink cloud is what they say when you get sober and you're like suddenly everything's clear and you feel really good.
Right. And then it goes away. So,
Doesn't have to.
maybe I'm on a pink cloud. Maybe I'm.
I think you're seeing clearly. I think that you're
I
seeing.
feel like I am, but I feel like I'm not as well.
No,
you know what I mean?
you're not. You're not. It's more like to say all this to me. It's just like this is my shit. Like
Right,
my
right.
main drug is animals at this point.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, so I'm with you. No one is more with you. But the one thing about the animal thing is when we adopt animals, get farms, have all the pigs and cows, we are setting ourselves up for future heartbreak. And that's the place I am right now in my life, is going like, I have all these dogs and animals in my life that I love so much that are going to die soon. And that is going to fucking, I've talked to my therapist about it. I'm like, when Frank, right over here, if something ever happens to Frank, he's going to live forever. I am like planning a heroin addiction. I was like, I'll just do heroin. You can be there for like a month.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of the amount of pain. Like most of my fear in life revolves around what's going to happen when my heart gets broken by my animals. Because it's kind of the only thing that can hurt me anymore at this point. Because I was born with a broken heart. My heart's been broken so many times by people that now it's like the pain of losing an animal is unlike anything else.
Well, you don't save their hair, saliva, toenail. That's what I do.
Save their saliva.
So I can clone them.
With what,
Clone.
business?
Clone.
No, cloning is real bad.
No!
The process of cloning is really inhumane, and you're getting.
I don't know what do you mean the process?
The process, the way that they clone dogs is ask your relatives. That's where they do it, and they basically take a dog who's like the surrogate dog. They put an egg in it, and they have like 5 or 6 pups. They have to do it by cesarean section. The surrogate mom does die. Most of them are wonky duds, lemons, and then you get one, and it's still like a little off. It's like there's just so many dogs that need to be rescued. There's so many dogs that need home. You don't need to. And everybody who clones their dog, I'm like, your dog sucked before. Why are you making another one of your little?
Okay.
Think about the people who've cloned their dogs. They were already weird alien breeder dogs in the first place.
Yeah, I love my dogs more than humans, and you're right. And one of my dogs is 12.
Yeah.
And I keep looking. I pet them every day, and
you can
cuddle
give it
with them.
NAD, the NAD, which is the really good for humans, the anti-aging thing. There's some evidence that it works in dogs.
And I thought it was NDA, like
NAD. You
have to sign an NDA.
You signed an NDA before you came in here. That's the main.
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba. Yeah,
Okay.
it's hard, but I think it's but no. What I'm hearing is this incredible recovery because you're like. Thinking about animals and the things because happiness is an inside job, and you're thinking about the things that make you happy and make you feel whole without substances. Mm-hmm. That's the whole deal.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of addiction recovery is about replacing an addiction, a negative addiction with a positive addiction. So when someone's like, I just got sober and I'm doing CrossFit 6 times a week, everyone goes like, well, that's just another addiction. Fine. As long as you're not like driving drunk and killing yourself, like, why not? So for me, a lot of times it's rescuing animals. I'm like, I know this is addictive. It's making my life unmanageable.
Yeah.
I'm missing like 9 limbs. I'm covered in scars. I know, but it's definitely better than, you know.
It's like they try to get me, because I said in the last place, I go, I'm done with porn, and they go, this is what they, and I laughed so loud, they go, what about the video games? And I'm like, fuck you! Fuck you!
Because it's whack-a-mole, you know what I mean? It's like one, you deal with one and another comes up.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news is that most video games are basically porn at this point, but you shoot the hooker at the end, right? You shoot. The idea is that you're hunting hookers. But how did you come on the realization that porn is making my life unmanageable? Did you just decide one day, like?
No, my girlfriend.
No,
my girlfriend would be like,
a lot of guys talk about that, but
why aren't we having sex? And I would make excuses like, I'm getting old. I'm 50. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean?
we'll cut that out.
I have a lot of stress or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? But it's just to get in a healthier place in all. Like, I don't call people back. I don't text people back. I have an MO of just disappearing and this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna change
But here's what
all
I'll say.
of that.
If someone texts you and then you text them back, then it just starts the whole process over again.
I know.
I think you and I are like polar opposites in that. Is if someone texts me, I would like pull over to respond to them right away. And I could use a little more like, I'll respond tomorrow when I have some time.
Yeah.
You'll go weeks and months.
Never.
Yeah, you just won't respond at all.
I won't respond to people at all, right? And then,
And what is that?
I don't know. I mean, I ran into my friend David Arnold. You know David?
Of course, but to be fair, most people, there's nothing to say back. I am fine with like, hey, what's up? And you're like, ah.
Right. So, but David Arnold goes, he was a little distant, and I go, what's up? Because I've known him for 30 years almost, right?
Great
And he
comedian,
was like,
writer.
He's like, dude, I've called you 50 times in my life. You've never called me back.
Yeah.
Right. And in my head, I was just like, you know what, man? You're fucking right. I mean, what a terrible thing. I apologize. You know? And I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that anymore.
But here's what I will say. I do think that we shouldn't be just responding to everyone out of obligation either.
Yeah, I know.
You know, because that's all we would do if we just responded to people. But when you don't respond to me, or if I don't text you back, I'm going like, well, I'm going to see him tonight anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
I think you have to look at your motives of why you're responding to somebody. And if you're responding just out of obligation, you just got to go, maybe I'm at capacity. I know that's not what you're doing. Yours is like pathological and self-sabotaging. But I did find I spent so much of my life just responding to people because they texted me, or going out to lunch and hikes just because someone asked me. There is a point as an adult where you have to go like, if I had to respond to every text and every phone call, that's all I would do. And we do have to protect our time and energy and not like force people to make us invest in friendships we don't want to be in.
Yeah.
So there's a happy medium.
Can I ask you a quick question? It's kind of a side note.
Okay,
It's a behavioral thing.
Sure.
So last year
when you don't respond to me, I'm like, thank God.
last year I was in Hungary and I was at, you know how,
For doing what? Obviously.
nothing, just doing a tour.
The most interesting thing you say, you just throw away. Yeah.
So I was just
in rehab.
I was in rehab. I go all over the world.
That's where the Overeaters Anonymous.
Yeah.
That's where the Overeaters rehabs are. That's where the eating disorder rehabs are.
So I was in Hungary and I was in a store and they don't know who I am, but I was gonna have a conversation with somebody. He goes, "What do you do?" I go, "I'm a comedian." He goes, "I love Bert Kreischer." That's what he said, and I go, "What?" No,
like he's not hungry.
Yeah, and I go, "Yeah, he's a good friend of mine." He's like, "No, you don't know him, right?" So I FaceTime Bert Kreischer, right? He picks
By the way,
up.
how about this? Whenever any comedian FaceTimes another comedian, you run into you're ambushing me with a fan of mine.
Right.
Yeah,
so
always.
that's exactly what it is. So, but the question is this, right? And Bert answered. I go, "Hey, there's a fan here," right? And then I hung. He was super nice. I go, "Thank you for picking up." I hung out, and they treated me different, right? But am I doing it for Bert to reach out to a fan, or am I doing it to brag that I know Bert
someone you'll
Kreischer?
never see again?
Yeah. So what am I doing it for?
Honestly, to get the exchange over with.
I think so.
You're just trying to get it over with. That honestly is
I'm bragging. I'm fucking bragging.
It's the fastest way to get out of that situation that you're in an imbroglio. Is that how you pronounce it? You're in a morass of this person where someone's like, "Do you know this person?" Now you have to prove to that. No, comedians are obsessed with justice, and someone just accused you of being a liar.
Yeah.
And now you're like, all right, I'm going to fucking call this motherfucker so I don't have to go through the rest of my trip in Hungary thinking that this guy that works at basically the Hungarian version of Forever 21 is going to call me a liar.
Yeah.
How dare you? So it's really more that. Like when people will be like, so yeah, like accuse me of like, I'll just be like, here, I'm going to call a bitch. Because we have to prove ourselves. I think as comedians, we have to prove ourselves every day, all the time. And the idea that you have to prove to yourself to this fucking guy who just accused you of lying to him.
But why can't we just say, why can't I just do this? I know him. No, you don't. Okay. And just move on.
Because we're obsessed with justice and because someone called you a liar. And comedians are a lot of things, but we're not liars.
Okay.
That is my biggest third rail. When someone accuses me of like lying or being dishonest, like if someone, I have this thing where if I'm late for something, I will take a picture of the traffic I'm in and just send it because I'm like, I never want anyone to think I'm lying. So I'm obsessed with providing proof at all times.
Yeah.
Oh, I would totally fucking do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I would take gasoline and I would put it all over the store and then I would set it on fire.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you another question then, just real quick.
How dare you accuse someone you don't know of lying? Like, why would you lie about knowing Bert Kreischer?
Right.
What a dumb lie.
Yeah, but also he could also say, I could lie too and say if I was an open micer.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I love Bert Kreischer." I go, "I know him, right?" I could see an open micer doing it if they don't know him.
In Hungary?
Maybe.
Also, why are you talking to people at stores in Hungary? Like, there's so many.
Because a lot of them don't speak English. So when somebody does speak English, because I had like weeks off at a time.
Yeah.
I was shooting something. And they were like, you have 2 weeks off.
There's also sometimes you have to lie to get out of something. So I had someone come and help me hang stuff up.
Yeah.
Like for this podcast studio.
I love this.
And sometimes people will come to shows and they'll bring me like knickknacks and trinkets, and this is where I put them up. And someone made like Legos of me. See, they're all fallen down. I don't know how to keep them standing up. So those are Legos of me with like pink hair and blue hair and whatever.
Cool. Yeah.
And so this guy was hanging stuff up and he was looking at the Legos and he goes, "Oh, I collect Legos." And I was like, "Oh, these are actually like little Legos of me." And he was like, "You were in the Lego movie?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You lied?
Yes.
Yeah,
and like I just was like by the time I explained that I'm not in the Lego movie and then people just make Legos of me, like it's just like
And what's fucked up? I was in a Lego movie and I don't have the fucking Lego.
Because that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the fact that he jumped from you were in the Lego. I'm like, no, I didn't buy the Lego of someone. And then I'm like, I'm going to sound like I'm lying if I say, no, a fan just made me a Lego of myself. And he's coming back on Thursday and I'm fully waiting for him to be like, I Googled you and you're not in the Lego movie. I'm like, yeah, well, you just made things weird. So
I want you to apologize.
So sometimes I'll lie just to get out of, it's like easier to just say yes.
We now take a break from our guest to talk about another kind of break / gap. Gaps in the diet.
Oh my God, I'm never letting you bring us into a sponsor copy again. I'm so sorry, Ritual. Because you know why? This is why I go back to my thing. When you try too hard, it sounds fake and corny. I have used Ritual vitamins even before I had a podcast.
That's
okay?
true.
There's a strong argument to be made that taking Ritual vitamins gave me the fortitude and the tenacity and the physical and emotional and mental strength to be able to start a podcast in the first place.
Wow.
It is my fuel, okay?
Wow.
Over 97% of women aged 19 to 50 are not getting enough vitamin D from out of their diet. That's psychotic. And 95% are not getting the recommended daily intake of key omega-3s, and that explains everything that's wrong with this world. What? Ritual Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin was formulated by exhaustive research to help fill nutrient gaps in the diet of women ages 18 plus.
So not me or Whitney.
It is formulated. Speak for yourself. It is
Because I'm saying like we're 17.
I'm.
It is formulated with nutrients to help support
I
brain.
love that Emily has decided this is solely a video medium and she will ham up to the camera almost exclusively to communicate. Look, it's formulated with nutrients to help support brain health, bone health, blood health, and provide antioxidant support. Ritual doesn't stop there. They invested in gold standard university-led clinical trials to prove the impact of Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin. And the results, question mark? Essential for Women 18 Plus was shown to increase vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in 12 weeks.
That's
so you
crazy.
don't have to sun your butthole for your vitamin D anymore. You don't have to do the perineum sunning.
Oh, man.
Aw, man.
Right now, Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/Whitney and turn healthy habits into a ritual. That's 10% off at ritual.com/Whitney.
I'm starting to think that our sponsors are catching on to the fact that we hate water.
And I'm starting to think water isn't all it's cracked up to be.
I cannot drink water on its own. It makes me sick. It makes me gag. And it's pointless. Okay?
I only like water when it's carbonated with a lot of sugar and in a Coke bottle.
And we have just discovered Liquid IV, okay? In 16 ounces of water, hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. With 3 X's, the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, Liquid IV is made with premium ingredients, non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy, obviously. What makes Liquid IV so effective? Emily, do you know?
Yes, it's the science of cellular transport technology, CTT.
That's trademarked.
It's designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into the
So
bloodstream.
you're not waiting around for your water to absorb. Who has
Right.
time? Who has time to wait around for your water to absorb? It takes forever.
1 stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. Grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Whitney at checkout.
And you can put these in your purse and they don't explode everywhere.
That's great.
And then everyone doesn't think you're on cocaine.
Yep. And that's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code Whitney at liquidiv.com.
Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code Whitney.
They have great flavors. Favorite is...
I just do the lemon lime.
Oh, I love pina colada.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm on vacation in the
Did
morning.
you say pina colada?
Pina colada. There's a pina colada. A pina.
Yes,
Back to our
Emily,
guest.
Emily has lost her mind, and I am so into it. I think you're over. I think this is your first time ever. Emily's finally hydrated. This is just your personality.
That's true. Back to our guest.
One time, so I did Oddball once, and
Oddball is a stand-up. No one you.
they know what it is.
I love that you do like you go on podcasts as if you're just talking to the Live Nation Christmas party.
All right, so Oddball was a tour, and it's like, you know, they have like 10 huge comics,
And it was like for like 25,000 seats. We
Yeah.
were doing these like outdoor arenas.
right. But I did it the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you know, when you book a flight, they don't book your flight, you book your flight,
Yeah.
right? So my manager always books me in coach.
Yeah.
Because she's like, sweet, it's Texas. Just, maybe you'll sleep, right?
Yeah.
But I show up at the airport, everyone's there, right? And they all have first class, right? So they seat first, right? And it's all my friends, like Segura, Sebastian Maniscalco, Dane Cook, everyone, right? And I walked by, and they booed me when I walked by. So I took a nap on the couch. I woke up, and I had first class pillows piled on me, like 12 of them. Like, I could have died. But it's so funny that they would just go back and just put pillows on my body.
I would have
And they were laughing so...
done the warm cookie.
Yeah. What's a warm cookie?
The warm cookie. In first class, at the end, they give you a warm cookie where you're just like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I love the warm cookie.
That is so funny.
So funny. And then, but this is how I love Tom Segura. So I didn't know him. He was the only one I didn't know that well, and he put most of the pillows on my body.
Do you know him well now?
He's
I'm joking.
a mensch. So when I got off the flight, my manager was supposed to get me a ride to the airport to the hotel, and she never did that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to take a cab now.
Sure.
So I go to luggage, and he didn't leave. And he goes, "Hey, you don't have a ride, do you?" And I go, "No, I have to get a cab." He's like, "No, we're going to the same hotel, right?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Get in my limo." And I was friends with Sebastian, friends with Dane, friends with all these guys, and they, obviously they're billed higher and they got shit to do, I guess. I don't know, but I didn't know him at all. I'd never talked to him in my life. I knew who he was by name only, and as soon as I went in that limo, I just looked at him and I went, "Yeah, this guy is a war buddy.
He's the best."
He's the best.
Sebastian, have you ever flown on a plane with Sebastian?
No,
but
yeah,
not in that iteration.
Many times, yeah.
So
I've tried around the world with him. One of the nicest guys ever.
Sebastian.
Yeah, I mean,
best.
I've been going through some hard times, and I talked to him, and he got emotional. He's like, "You can call me 24 hours a day. You know that, right?" And his schedule. And
he only says that because he knows you won't. I'm always like, "Bobby, I'm always here anytime." Knowing that for the past 15 years you won't even respond to a text.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that he's just.
I think comedians right now,
guy.
I think the pandemic was a big mental health challenge, I think, for a lot of us.
Yeah.
People that already were having mental health challenges. If you wink at me one more time, I think that it either tore us apart or brought us together, and I think that comedians win the ability to make drunk strangers laugh at night when that was taken away. I also think that this is a hot take.
Go ahead.
So comedians, I do feel like a lot of what was keeping comedians, and like anyone, I'm sure this is the case in any field, but this is just what I happen to know, like what kept us sane was a lot of us in the hallway talking, attuning to each other, being able to have conversations that we now monetize for podcasts, and we kind of stopped having the off microphone. We stopped having, like, any comedian when I'm in the hallway, we start talking about how's your life going, the problems, I'm struggling with this, and they're like, let's just podcast on Thursday, let's just save it for the pod.
Yeah.
We started monetizing our therapeutic medicinal attuning, and now we only do it for public consumption.
Yeah, and I think that's unhealthy.
I agree.
Yeah, because what I learned is I use my shame, my regret, just all that stuff, and I expose all of it. Like, I was molested. My dad used to beat me, and just be specific. But it's my way of pushing people away, because you have to hold some things to yourself and process them yourself, right? But all my career, I've been like, look at my dick, look at my body, I'm ugly, and just all this shit. Like I was, constant. And it's just a defense mechanism.
And I didn't make this up, but who was it that said, I say it all the time, and I don't know who I'm plagiarizing, but that comedians do stand up to control how we're embarrassed. Because I know.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Who said it?
I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
And I bring it up all the time, and it's something that that's what I do. I go up and I'm like, I'm this, I'm ugly, my last name is Cummings, I'm going to be single forever, I'm going to say all the shit about myself before you get to say it.
That's exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but it's not healthy.
You can't hurt me. You can't fire me because I quit.
Yeah, because the first year I did Opie and Anthony, this is 20 years ago, I left halfway during the interview because they were fucking ripping me apart. And when you're a young comic and you're like, oh, Jim Norton, I was with Jim Norton, Greg Giraldo, Patrice O'Neill, they're all in the room.
Dad.
Yeah, and they were ripping me apart, and I'm friends with I love all of them. But and I left, I go, I'm never going to do that again. But the next year, I had to go back because I had to sell tickets. I wasn't selling tickets. I had to do Opie and Anthony, but this time I said, you know what, I'm just going to see the darkest, most fucked up shit about myself. I'm going to make shit up. I'm going to lie. I'm going to do all this shit, right? And that's where I learned how to do all that. I got, before they could even rip into it. I was molested by a guy with Down syndrome. You know what I mean? And just my dad used to beat me with golf clubs. And just constant. You know what I mean?
Because that's implied. No one without Down syndrome would have molested you.
No, that is true.
I know.
What do you mean, a guy with Down syndrome? Because he's. What do you mean by that?
Only someone with Down syndrome would find you attractive as a child. I'm just saying it's obvious that the person had Down syndrome.
I mean, how dumb was I? When you lure a kid, you have to offer them candy or something.
Sure,
This guy went,
He wasn't trying to molest you. He was just trying to pee. You voluntarily sucked
Help
his
me
dick.
with my zipper.
You molested him. He was just asking you for help.
we might have to cut that. We cut that out. I don't know. Yeah.
Why?
Think about that.
Don't say aye. Do you feel like? Do you feel like, though, moving forward, as people that are trying to better ourselves and still stay funny, I definitely get scared a lot. Where I remember my therapist said to me once, it's lonely at the emotionally sober top, because a lot of people, are not going to be able to understand boundaries. They're going to be whatever it is. So I think there's a little bit of me that was like, I don't want to get too well because, number one, I'm not going to be able to be friends with all these people that
Fucked up people, yeah.
that I love,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to end friendships. I'm just going to stay sick in these areas so that I can, I'm going to stay a doormat so I can not, or I'm so afraid of having a friendship breakup that I'm just going to stay sick, and or when I see this person, I'm just going to revert to that role, even though it's toxic or abusive or whatever, so that I don't have to end it. But number two, if I get too well, what if I won't be funny anymore? Because so much of what's funny is going, I'm a piece of shit and I suck, and do you worry about that?
But if you rearrange,
because this podcast is the better we get, the less funnier we are. I'm just telling you.
I know, but if you rearrange that thing that I gave you, the circles of intimacy or whatever, yeah.
If I rearrange it,
it's not as important, right? When everything is show business in your career and this and that, right? Then it's like, and you rearrange it, it doesn't. It's like, oh whatever.
You can also.
I'm not as funny. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm happier. I'm healthier.
And I'm gonna live longer. And
also, this isn't all this shit right here. Isn't that real? It's like it's all we know what we're doing.
Okay.
Right? You and I are different because you and I can talk about real things. But I'm talking about when you have a comic that's not, I don't know, and it's just jokes and we're making fun of people. This and that. It's entertainment, right? But it's not all of life.
Right.
Right. All of life, when you go and see, when you're hiking and see a bird land on somebody's head or whatever, and you go, that's beautiful or whatever.
I would live stream it and post it.
Yeah. But I mean, you see nature and you go, and then you ask, I'm 50. When you turn 50, you go, they say, I think Socrates says, a life not self-examined is a life not worth living. And I guess they were doing self-help back then.
Yeah.
Right. And so, for me, I've had to do a lot of self-examining, and I've just rearranged things, and it seems to be working. I don't have any auditions right now.
Did you say you saw a bird land on someone's head? Are we just gonna skip by
I wanted to skip by that because I don't know how birds behave, and I just made that
Not
make
like
a
that.
squirrel.
Yeah.
Is a squirrel better?
I feel like to just let that slide.
I wanted to let it go.
Okay.
Once I said, I'm like, that never happened.
Okay, yeah. No.
Right, but then
Did you see a vulture attack and just stand by and not help that person?
Let me ask you this then. Nowhere in history a bird has landed on a fucking guy's head.
I'm sure it has, but you're just trying to. This is like a. This is a. I was telling the story the other day that this super famous person at SNL once was trying to.
Who?
I can't. I don't think I can tell you.
Oh.
I guess I can.
Yeah, you
I
can.
heard this rumor. Well, that.
Spade?
That Tom Cruise was at SNL and he's not gonna hire me. I'm too tall. I've just come to terms with that. All the actors that I'm taller than are never gonna hire me, and it's fine. And that's the only reason Tom Cruise won't hire me. It's because of my height. That's what I'll tell myself. And he was trying to just attune to the writers and hang out with them and just be one of them. And he was just doing small talk, and they were like, "What's it like to be Tom Cruise?" And he just went, I wish I just had regular problems like everybody else. He was married to Katie Holmes at the time, and he was like, I wish that Katie would come home someday and just be like, I don't know what to do for dinner. They ran out of ravioli at the ravioli store. So And the joke is like he thinks there's a ravioli store. That's how far gone.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating to me because I'm like, maybe the places he does go out, which are like fancy towns in Italy, they might have a ravioli store.
Yeah.
That might be his truth. Or the other way to look at that is that everyone that works for him, in order to like stay employed, have gaslit him into believing there's like a store for every food. So that like if he knew there was Whole Foods, like he'd have way less people on staff.
Yeah.
So they're like, we have to go to the ravioli store, we have to go to the eggplant store, then we have to head down to the candle store. Like it's just been crazy. I'm gonna have to do overtime.
Yeah.
But so the fact that you think birds just land on people's heads, I guess I'm just like, has he ever been on a hike?
Yeah.
Has he ever seen a bird in the wild?
Yeah.
Maybe you've been in the movie business too. Were you at animal practice?
Don't make fun of. Don't fucking career shame me.
Because
Don't.
like, when you
Why? Because of the monkey.
When someone's been on a TV show where there were trained animals, they have no idea how real animals behave.
So I did the pilot. You know, the Russo brothers produced
The Animal
it.
Practice. It was on NBC, and it was a bunch of animal. It was about a vet
We were
clinic.
I played a veterinarian, and so for the pilot, you know, the Russo brothers are showrunning, and
They're
they
huge.
did all the Avenger movies, all that stuff, right? And they go, we're going to put a boa constrictor. So we're just going to do a pan of what people are doing in their, like, right? So they pan by me, and a boa constrictor is strangling me, which is very funny, right? Very funny, right? But what they didn't realize...
So you're jerking off.
Yeah. What they didn't realize is that sometime, every once in a while, a boa constrictor, even the show business ones, they will exude a poison through their skin, right? So the fucking boa constrictors are on my neck. The camera's going by, and they go, "God!" And there was these fucking boils on my head, and I started shaking. It was an emergency. They took the fucking bowl, and I fell on the ground, right?
And that's what that mark is on your...
And that's what this... Fuck you. No. And I went to the hospital. I had an allergic reaction to... Anyway, I don't know why I just...
I love going from... Hollywood is so fucked up. I love people going from a fake hospital to soundstage.
Right.
Getting injured in a fake hospital. Then it's like, we got to take him to a real hospital.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so fascinating to me. But yeah, it's funny when I'm around like Hollywood actors and they like are around like dogs or pups. They'll just like handle them in ways where I'm like, no, okay, you've been in too many movies, or like movies.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend who like, because everyone wants to do equine therapy with me now, because they see what I do with my horse and I talk about how much it's helped me, and like I'll have friends that they'll just like come in and they'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna jump on that horse. I'm like, no, like that's what you did in a movie. You can't just jump on a horse.
Yeah.
In real, you had 9 handlers.
They're not real animals.
That horse was trained.
Yeah, they're not real
Yeah,
animals.
this isn't
Yeah.
Saddle Ranch. You can't just jump on a bunking bronco whenever you want. But that reminds me of this story that I've been told this story from people in the exotic animal world that there was this woman that was keeping a snake as a pet. I don't think it was a boa constrictor. It might have been a boa constrictor, because you can keep them as pets, and if you raise them from being babies, you can actually have them as a pet, and you feed them eggs and rats and stuff like that. And this woman had a boa constrictor because there's all these exotic animals that were in movies that we now can't use animals in movies anymore, nor should you. It's always abuse. But that means there's all these exotic animals that are like out of work, basically, that need to be rescued, or that they're using at like kids' birthday parties and abusing them in other ways, because it's expensive to keep a fucking elephant, but you can't use them in movies anymore because it's abuse. So all these like LA weirdo animal trainers have a bunch of exotic animals and no way to pay for them, so they're doing all this other fucked up shit, right? So, or trying to get them rescued. So this exotic animal trainer in LA was like, I've got a couple snakes, would you rescue them? And I'm like, do I rescue a snake? Like, what the fuck does that look like? Like, I don't want to, and then I'm like looking into it. And I watched this video, and it's about, when you see on YouTube all these like weird pairings of like a bird and an elephant are best friends, and a coyote and an otter are like all these just like little things that are really cute. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then there's the guy that lives with the hyenas. Like on YouTube, you can find, And so I'm looking at this girl. She's got a boa constrictor that she's raised as a pet, and they fully are like buddies. Like she's got the snake, and they go to the grocery store together, and they sleep together, and the snake really seems to like know her, and she feeds it like rat eggs or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, oh my, you know how you can anthropomorphize anything. You can project. I'm like, this snake like loves this woman. I'm like, am I projecting, or is this real? And as we were talking about before with you and the cows and the pigs, you just discovered at 50 that pigs and cows like people that feed them. It was very sweet to watch. And you're like, cows will come up to you if they know you.
Yeah, because when you're an meat eater your whole life, you're in complete denial. You don't even
That's right. You have to
look
be.
at
You have
it.
to be.
You have to be.
So there are the ability, if you raise something from birth, to have a real connection with it. I'm like, oh my God, this girl has this connection with this boa constrictor, but then it gets sick and it's not eating, and that's the first thing. If a dog doesn't eat, it's sick. Something's wrong with it. She takes it to the exotic animal vet, and the exotic animal vet goes, your boa constrictor's fine. What it's doing is saving up space in its stomach to eat you. So what happens is boa constrictors will starve themselves to stretch their stomachs big enough to fit their prey. So it's been sleeping with you every night, and it's starving itself so that it can swallow you whole. She's like, my snake's not eating. It must be sick. I'm like, no.
That's fucking insane.
Wild.
That is fucking wild.
Isn't that crazy?
I want to blow people's mind too.
Oh.
The monkey on Animal Practice got $16,000 an episode.
Wait, is that the monkey that
Crystal.
got extra takes
Crystal.
over June Diane?
Yes, yeah. So June Diane Raphael was on the podcast talking about how she was like,
Wait.
the actors would get like one take, and then the ostrich would get like 15 takes. Crystal the monkey ran that set.
Yeah. Crystal on mine, right?
Yeah.
It was not even on him.
Crystal the monkey who was in The Hangover. She's
Yeah.
a famous.
Crystal wasn't even. It was my coverage, right? And I'm like, and it's a big chunk of line, so I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this monologue, right? And I'm almost at the end. They go, cut. I go, what's the matter? They go, Crystal's playing with itself, and Crystal's going.
Maybe you turned her on.
I wrote something down because I don't want to forget asking
Let's just
you.
forget. Let's
move
forget
on.
this whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Let's just anything that was outstanding. I'm actually trying to make a coherent podcast. Believe it or not, you didn't finish the third circle of your intimacy anus.
So, the other circles of intimacy. Okay,
Yeah.
Your family goes in here. You know, your girlfriend, your wife goes here.
But
your
here's what I'll
family and
say.
stuff, right?
Okay. So for people just listening, the middle circle, you're saying family. However, family.
Is this live? What the fuck are we listening?
I'm just saying, people go for runs. They do laundry while they're listening to podcasts, and you're just referring to something. No one knows what you're referring to. Imagine if you're listening to this and someone just said, family goes here. Goes where?
Yeah, but 2 minutes ago, we talked about the circles of intimacy.
I know, but you're pointing to something people can't see.
All right, so I have the circles. Okay.
Only.
I had the fucking circles of intimacy, right? And you asked me what
And
goes
the
in
middle
the
one-
other circle. So the middle one should be God and yourself, which is spirituality.
Okay.
The second one, your wife or, your significant other.
Chosen,
right?
yes.
Your third one, family and whatnot. And
Family, if they're not toxic and horrible.
Right.
Okay.
And sometimes people have their careers in there, but for me, career is fourth now.
Okay.
Right. And so it seems to.
Is that a choice that was made by casting directors or you?
They put me eighth.
I choose to put my career last. Totally my choice.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is weird to me, Bobby, because you are like the hottest you've ever been career-wise. Is it because not only this all happened, but now that you are working a lot and nonstop, now you're like, okay, I got what I needed. I feel validated.
No.
Okay.
What I realized is that it wasn't fixing me.
Yeah. It doesn't work.
It was making me crazier. It also didn't feel. I mean, there were some projects I did because it's going to be good optically for me, and it was a fine experience, but it just didn't do anything.
It would break my heart, though, actually, like when I would see you and you would be in something, like a huge movie, like an Adam Sandler movie. I'm like, dude, I just saw you in that Adam Sandler movie. You'd be like, shut up, just don't, fuck you. Like, I know what it's like to be a part of something and then be embarrassed, because then you're like, oh no, everyone's just going to see how bad I looked, or how I wasn't the star of that thing. It's almost like a lot of people see something that you're not proud of. It's almost worse than never having booked it at all or gotten the job at all.
Oh yeah, I've been in a couple of projects.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that were embarrassing to me.
Or you signed up for a really big part and it got cut down, and you're just like, ugh, like this is like.
Or you get completely cut out of a movie. That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I took my dad before he died to a movie premiere of a movie that I was like had like 8 scenes in, and it literally was like, "Can I take your order?" Like it was like I had like one line.
Oh,
it was
my God.
so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
And I was like talking to the publicist, being like, "Can I get 5 tickets?" Like I was like fighting to get. They had seen the final cut and fully knew I'd been cut out of the entire thing. No one told me.
Yeah.
No one tells you ahead of time. Don't fly in your friends and family to see this.
That happened to me 5 months ago. There was a.
I literally just went after Tom Cruise. I feel like all bets are off.
So 3 years ago, I get a call from this director, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm doing this gigantic Sony animation movie. It's on all Asian cast. I want you, Jackie Chan, John Cho, right, but you would be one of the main guys, this and that." And I go, "Let me read it." I read it. It's an animation. I don't know much about animation movies, so I just did it. And I worked on it for years. You know how you just movies sometimes an animation, but you just kind of keep going in.
Takes forever.
A year later, they're like, "Come in do another session." So I worked on it, and then I saw.
Oh no!
So I was, you're watching YouTube, and they do an ad of a movie, so it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those ads where you could skip, but I watched it, and at the end of it, it goes starring Jimmy O Yang. It just 8 names. Right, I'm not in it, and then you look at the title end sequence, and the directed by all the things, and I read there was like 15 names in there. My name wasn't on there, right?
Yeah.
So I call my guy, my agent. I go, "Oh, the next time, just tell me when I'm cut out of something." They're like, "You're not cut out of it."
They confused you with
No.
another Asian person. They think you're
John
Jimmy
Cho
O
and
Yang.
Bobby Leonard are the same people.
Yeah, Gemma
Yeah.
Chan. You're credited in the movie.
Yeah. So I go, "Well, I'm not," and they go, "We don't know why." And this is the first time I made phone calls.
To
Everyone. Because normally I would let it go and not fight for myself.
It's disrespectful.
And disrespectful.
Just tell me, I'm an adult.
And I called the Netflix. Sony made it. I called Sony, and they were just, you know what I mean? They just didn't know, and they apologized profusely, this and that. But I had to express not my resentment, just confusion, and just clear this up, man.
Or just of like, my thing is more like, we're adults. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it's sort of like people treat us like we're these children that can't be told anything. I remember I did animation is so weird. The first animation thing I got was for Planes. Remember Planes?
Great movie.
But I was a plane that was like the sexy plane, and I met the
You're not the bitchy plane.
I'm not the bitch witch, but I'm not for some reason. And I go to the table read, and I'm like, it's like TJ Miller. It's all the people that get every single job.
Right,
Do you know
right,
what I mean?
right.
And I'm like the sexy plane. I'm like very, and she's very like, she's like, I'm like, I don't know how to act like a sexy plane. And so I'm just kind of doing I'm just like, I'm just going to do me. I'm just like, hey, what do you guys do? Because in my head, like, sexy doesn't have to be like this. Like, it just was like, I was like, this is for children. It's shaped like a dick.
Did you get fired?
It was, not only did I get fired.
Oh, no.
Not only did I get fired, but the note was like, well, she wasn't sexy enough. She wasn't doing a sexy enough voice. And it was like a black jet. And I was like, this isn't the shape of a black flying dick. And I have to be like, hey, big boy, isn't this for children?
Yeah.
And I remember just being like, do not know how to do animation.
Yeah, but you know what? This is another thing I used to do is, until one time it was a disaster, so is to ask before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one time I was at a table read and I said, shit take. It was written in the shit take, right? And afterwards, like, that's shiitake, dude. And I go, and I knew because it was written weird.
Yes.
Right? And I should have asked.
Yes.
Can I tell you? So this has really happened, and this is where I asked. And if I didn't ask, I would have been fucked. All right? So I'm in a movie called Borderlands coming out.
Okay.
It was like, obviously the table was in Zoom, right?
Sure.
And everyone's around the world. And so I had to be there at like 6 a.m, Saturday morning, because it was at certain time in Hungary, certain time in other Europeans, right? So I had to get up early to do it. But a week before the director Eli Roth, who's one of the greatest directors. You know Eli. I love Eli, and I can't wait to see you again, Eli. I love you. One of the best directors I've ever worked. So nice.
He's a genius.
He's a genius. So, but a week before, his assistant go, listen, we haven't cast the whole thing, so you have to read all these other parts. So he's like, you have to play the villain, the main villain. We haven't cast that out. You know what I mean? And he gave me probably 20 parts. So I spent all week literally memorizing because I didn't want to fuck up because I've never been in a table read with Jack Black and fucking Kate Blanchett, right?
Right.
So I'm writing all of it down.
Oh, that's right. You're in that giant movie.
Yeah. So 5 minutes before we do this gigantic table read, there's so many boxes of actors I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just had this gut feeling. And I called the assistant. I go, "Are you sure I'm reading all these parts?" He goes, "Oh, no, you're just reading your part now." But if I hadn't done that, I would have talked over Kate Blanchett.
Ha ha.
I would have talked over other actors. And then they would have had to stop and go, "What the fuck are you doing?" I go, "Well, then, but your assistant said that you have to read all," you know what I mean? But it's always important to ask.
You'd go, "I'm Asian. It's our time."
Yeah.
Stop
it's a check, you're blocking her out. Ali Wong, get in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well,
I'm a crazy rich Asian. I do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I mean,
couldn't get an audition for that.
This is why.
Could not get an audition for that. Couldn't get an audition for Hangover. Couldn't get an audition for any age. They just did a book on. They just did a fucking book on Asians in pop culture.
Sure.
Not a mention of my. Oh.
But that's also not like they'll do like a documentary on like women in comedy, and it'll come out, and I'm like, okay. And you're like, cool.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
also, it's like, I'm not even going to spend time taking this personally because I probably wouldn't have wanted to do it anyway. Like, it's just the kind of thing where you're like, do you want to be...
Right. But you should my point is that...
I'd rather just be in a documentary about comedians. You would rather just be...
You should have gone to planes. You should have gone to the table read, went to the writer or one of the producers...
With the push-up bra.
No, and just go, listen, I was going to play it like this, but how do you guys think I should play it?
Yeah, but I'm given the fact that this is a children's movie and it's weird to make a plane sexy. Why don't I just be funny instead? You fucking weirdos.
Okay, but instead of making a grand choice like that... All right, Daniel Day-Lewis.
But here's, I guess the thing is about me that I do, trust me, I am at the risk of seeming like a psycho, a diva. I will ask 50 times. I'm just confirming, double confirming, triple confirming. I just want to make sure I get this right. And then as a woman, though, you only have you get to ask like 3 or 4 questions before you're difficult or you're annoying or you're a hassle. So I always feel like I have to be like, is there anything I need to know? Please tell me if I'm doing something wrong. You know I can do this, and if I do it wrong, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault. You haven't been clear.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people are afraid to tell people how to do something because they don't want to get accused of like rape anymore. So no one will tell me what's happening. I go in a movie and no one will even talk to me. They're so afraid that like I'm gonna call Ronan Farrow. I'm like, can someone tell me what to do? And they're like, you just do whatever you want, whatever makes you comfortable. We want to make a safe space. And I'm like, well, can someone tell me where to stand? And they're like, wherever you want to stand. And I'm like, you guys can't be so afraid to direct actors that I have no clue what's happening.
But here's the thing.
Just don't rape me.
But I know. But when you're acting, right, what people sometimes don't realize is you're a comedian as well.
Yeah.
Right? And so this actually happened. I was in Hungary, and I don't want to drop names. Can I drop a name?
Well, you already said Kate Blanchett. And,
all right, so Jamie Lee Curtis.
The woman from the Activia commercial?
Yeah. She goes, hey, this is literally, okay, I fly to Hungary. I'm scared shitless. Like, I'm like, don't fuck this opportunity up. I knew my lines way before, you know what I mean? I'm like, don't fuck it up. So I go to the hotel.
Who are they going to replace you with? Everyone from Crazy Rich Asians Fast. They're working on the sequel.
You son of a fucking
I'm
bitch.
sorry.
Right.
I miss having comedians on the podcast.
I know. So so I go to my hotel room, and there's a letter on my bed.
Sure.
With Jamie Lee Curtis on top of this letter heading. She's like, hey, I don't know you, but welcome to the movie.
She's the best.
And she goes, tomorrow, let's have lunch. I go, fuck yeah, right? I meet her for lunch, but there's other actors, a talented actor by the name of Cheyenne Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Love, amazing singer too,
singer,
right?
dancer,
hot, very hot.
He's everything, right?
Yes.
So it's me, Cheyenne, and Penn from Penn and Teller.
I thought you said Bagley, but okay.
Yeah. So we have lunch, and she goes, I want to take you to the river. And so along this river in Hungary are all these bronze shoes, right? And that was back in 1945 or whatever when Germany went in there and they just shot a bunch of Hungarian Jews and threw them in the river, right? And it's a solemn place. You don't tell jokes.
Sure.
Me too.
Why are they bronze?
So
they're like, you guys got third place.
I would say if you were with me, I would have been safe, right? So I don't say anything. And then Cheyenne Jackson goes, "Oh, these little shoes are little." It was a boy, right? A little boy, and everyone's emotional. And I go, "It could have been a midget." And they all turn around and they walk away. So I'm staring at these bronze shoes, going,
"Those would fit me."
Yeah. But going, oh, I'm off this movie. This is terrible. Why?
By the way, no one would think that was funnier than Eli Roth.
I know. Eli
He would die.
He would laugh. Right. But my point is that sometimes it's like, they don't know you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Right? And they just think that you're an actor. They don't know anything about me. They're not Tiger Belly bad friends. But my point is that, so sometimes, you have to turn that off.
Yes, restraint.
We should do this more often.
I feel like you
Don't you think we should do this more often?
On camera or off?
In general.
Both. I do too.
I love you.
But here's what I'll say. I feel like I am now going to adjust to the new Bobby because I've spent a lot of time going, just don't smother him, don't pressure him.
No.
But now that you don't watch porn, I feel like you have a lot more time on your hands to hang out. I feel like it just freed up 8 or 9 hours a day for you to have. It's really hard to have friendships with equals is the key to sanity, I am learning. That is not work always.
It's nice to be in your $20 million house.
Wait, you just turned around once. You have to do it twice more?
That's not a movie theater, okay?
Okay.
That's the question I wanted to ask you real quick. Fuck
Okay.
it, right?
I thought you had
because
to.
you kept on saying Marvel and work. Is your dream to be in big movies? Do you have bigger dreams than you where you're at now?
If they are fun and like with amazing people, there's nothing more fun. So like doing the Foo Fighters movie, I just did the Machine Gun Kelly movie.
Can I say something about David Grohl?
Sure.
He did Mad TV. I tried to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the biggest. I saw Nirvana play.
Wow.
I know. I have every Foo Fighters album.
Yeah.
Right. And I just can't get him to even know I exist. So just tell him about me. The second thing is this, right? Do you have entitlement?
Hold on, sorry, I'm writing that down. Tell Dave.
Yeah.
Let me just remember. Can someone remind me, Grace? Can you remind me to tell Dave
I'm
Grohl
just the biggest fucking fan. Like I would suck his dick. I will suck his dick.
That is on the top of my list. Yeah.
So I know what you're doing. Do you have entitlement issues?
Yes.
Like in terms of
I believe I should be able to pee right now
yeah.
and not answer this question.
Or we'll ask this later.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I got to get the fuck out of here too. It's too long.
Yes. And I would say my entitlement stuff is not about like, I'm entitled to, I think when you work as hard as you and I work, we go, we're entitled, we deserve this thing, but we're in a business that is your success is a confluence of hard work and some luck and a lot of other things.
Yeah. So are there places that trigger you?
Places that trigger me.
But your entitlement, because I have 2 places that do.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You go first, so I understand the question.
So my thing is restaurants. All right, so here's what I do in restaurants. Okay. Hi, I don't have a restaurant. Like I went to this place called Houston's in Scottsdale.
Love Houston's.
Right.
Obsessed.
And I go, this is so embarrassing, but I have to talk about it. I was there at 5, not busy. I go, I don't have a reservation, but can I get a seat? It's a 45-minute wait.
By the way, Houston's, that's actually short for Houston's.
Okay.
Don't you think?
At 5 o'clock on a Thursday?
In Phoenix?
Yeah.
That's when everyone eats.
Yeah, but, I know my eyes are a little smaller than yours, but I can see. I can see the people in the restaurant, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
So
and my observation is they're not slammed because I used to work at restaurants.
But also, are we in a pandemic and they can't take as many people?
But that's not the thing. They sat 30 white people that walked in.
You think it was personal?
I don't know what it was personal, but my mind says that, right? So then I go, you know what? No. So so embarrassing. I walk up to the hostess. I go, "Do you guys have a Twitter handle?" And I had my tweet out with my verified this and that. And they go,
I feel like the hostess really deserved this.
and just listen.
Sorry.
And she goes, "Come in," and they gave me a table, right?
Because you threatened them.
Yeah. So my point is this: do you have any instances like that where it triggers you? So for me, from now on, what I'm going to do and what I've been doing is, I know when I go to a restaurant that I'm going to get triggered. So if that happens, I just step outside for 5 minutes and I just think it through. I breathe and I go.
You take things I know what you mean. Mine is probably like an example. I could probably think of many more. I get triggered when I'm in. You know what? I'm sorry that I'm saying this, and I don't mean this to be against you, but when I am in a public place and someone loses their temper at people that have no control over the situation, like when someone goes up to a hostess and is like, "Why I don't deserve to wait like everybody else."
Just end it. Just end it.
That when I am at the like JetBlue counter and someone's screaming at the JetBlue person who has absolutely no control over whether the plane's canceled or not, I'm like, "Can you stop yelling at this person?"
That's not entitlement.
I know, but
we're talking about a completely different fucking thing right now.
When I'm at my house and people that I invited my home as a guest leave their saliva-covered toothpicks all over my brand new table,
okay.
I definitely feel entitled. It's like maybe they could respect my shit.
Really good to be back. Really good to be back. Is there a trash?
Really good to be back.
Is there a trash?
Yes, here's the trash can.
Okay.
No, I think for me, it's when I take things personally that are not personal. A lot of times, it's when people like don't use coasters and look at the amount of coasters I have out, and I've dropped it.
Right.
It's not everyone else's job to accommodate that. I just have to drop it because my scarcity complex growing up.
Sometimes I'm friends with comics that are like very Rain Man like.
Yeah.
And that's a little weird as well. Let's fucking end it.
Don't ride elephants. I love you. Now you're 37 days sober.
That's really funny. Really funny.